Coletco for Wednesday night's live Facebook record sale. When you're on and watching, be sure to let us know. It is Wednesday, and we are here at Coletco in Lebanon, Tennessee, hopefully about to sell you some vinyl. So welcome. When you're on and watching, be sure to let us know. Sorry for the slight delay, as usual. That is my fault. Yours truly, Chad Williams. And let's go ahead and see who's the first commenter. Carlene. Of course, Carlene. Let's see here. Let's get everything shared. Let me go to my app and start sharing. Let's refresh the page. Figure out where Coletco Live is. There it is. All right. Welcome. Wednesday. There's one. There is two. And where's our third group? Right there. All right. I don't really have a lot of hot pictures or anything for tonight, so tonight's is kind of, we're here, and hopefully you're here and tuned in, and I'm going to show you vinyl. I've got a few surprises, and of course we'll always have auctions, and y'all know how it goes. We can go over here to Instagram so I can get this shared on our Facebook and our Instagram stories, most importantly for a lot of our YouTube people who watch. Let's go over here and find a picture to use for our story. We'll use some random, I don't know, where's a good random pick? Let's see. Let's use Bob Seger here. No, we've already sold that actually. Where's just a generic picture from the buying trip they went on? Let's see here. Never thought it'd be this hard to find a thumbnail image. Let's go over here and use let's see here. Let's use this right here. Okay, so welcome everybody. This is Coletco. We're live on Facebook and right now live on Facebook and YouTube. So let me know where you're watching from. I can see by your comments, so saying hi really helps. I'm going to comment live now, and let's go over here to our chat and I can start seeing comments. Alrighty, which is active right now. I'm going to go ahead. Craig's watching in Southern Cal, USC land, University of Southern California. Okay, first thing I'm going to do is go straight into new vinyl. So if you're watching right now, you're at an advantage because you're going to see new vinyl right off the bat, as in our crate of new vinyl arrivals from tonight. If you're watching, you're going to see new vinyl right off the bat. So first thing is, let's do that. I'll get some auction started in just a second. But first, new vinyl right off the bat, as they call it. That must be some kind of baseball reference, right off the bat. I don't know. We'll find out. Right now, it's a record reference, right off the record. First thing is a surprise restock of Megadeth. This is Killing Is My Business and Business Is Good, The Final Kill. It has a different cover than the original. That's how they've always repressed this album, at least in the last 10 years or so. That is $36.99. Have not had that in stock for quite some time. That's Megadeth, Killing Is My Business and Business Is Good. Haven't had that in a while. I've got 10 copies. They're $36.99. Also got a new release from Jeff Beck. This is Beck-Ola. It looks like they have remastered and reissued Jeff Beck's catalog, and this is one of my favorites here. This is Beck-Ola, Jeff Beck's second album. It has Rod Stewart and Ronnie Lane on it, also Nicky Hopkins. That's Beck-Ola, great album. That's new, $31.99. That's Jeff Beck, Beck-Ola. Jerry Stone wants one of those. I have one left. I also have a copy back in stock of Linkin Park, Meteora. Linkin Park is $31.99, and that is Meteora, $31.99. Ryan Kirkland wants Beck as well. I only had 2 copies of that, so if anybody wants on a waiting list, let me know. That's Jeff Beck, Beck-Ola, and of course those are Not really too hard to find originals of, but we actually haven't had one in quite some time. They're usually not in really, really good condition either. So Jerry Stone and Ryan Kirkland gets those. There's the restock of Lincoln Park. And here's part of the Oingo Boingo catalog that we've never had and we've never had a pre-order for. This is Oingo Boingo Dark at the End of the Tunnel. And that's one of those limited edition colored vinyl, limited to 500. Steamy Orange Swirl Vinyl. Steamy Orange Swirl Vinyl. It's almost a tongue twister. It usually is for me. Jerry Stone gets one. Mike Massey gets one. And like I said, that's part of that limited edition series from Oingo Boingo. Y'all know how those are. They're limited to 500 on colored vinyl. And then about a year later, they may press another 500 on colored. But it's been a long time since we've actually seen those. There's one for Jerry, one for Mike, one for David. They are $28.99. Did I not say the price? Oh, they don't have a price on them, do they? $28.99. Jake, when these hit your table, make sure they're marked $28.99. Yes, they're $28.99. Sorry, $28.99. Oingo Boingo. Got one random restock of Cody Jinks, The Wanting. Cody Jinks is, boy, this isn't marked either. Let me go get my sheet of paper. I think that's $59.99. $59.99. I thought I just went through and marked everything. Jake saw me. I must have forgot about a couple of these. Let's see here. Oingo, where's my Oingo Boingo waiting list? Also, I didn't see, where's the REMs at? I guess those are going to be here tomorrow, the new REMs. Jeff Beck. Those other ones must be over here, or that's from a different invoice or something. Interesting. I remember printing those out. There's Beck. I'm not for sure. Oingo. I know I filled that price out somewhere. Maybe it's over here kind of buried. Let's see. Fleetwood Mac, Promise, Cody. Yeah, Cody Jinks. Nope. That's not the right thing either. Or is it? Pork soda. He marked those. Cody Jinks. Here we go. Yeah, Cody Jinks is $56.99. Oingo Boingo was $28.99. Sorry. Yeah, there's this invoice is mostly Funko Pops, and I forgot about these other items here. So, okay, so yeah, this is actually $56.99, Wayne. Cheaper. A few dollars cheaper. So the Oingo Boingo was Jerry Stone, Mike Massey, David Eberly. Cynthia Herdren wants one. Tommy Flowers wants one. Wayne Carr is going to get the Cody Jinks, and that was $56.99. We are in Tennessee. We're in Lebanon, Tennessee. We have, did you hear pork soda? We will have that in just a second. And he says, never mind, he's already got it. Okay, this is the Air, A Story of Greatness. I think this is something Doug ordered, because I didn't order it. Air, Amazon Original Motion Picture Soundtrack, featuring 80s classics such as Rock the Casbah and Born in the USA. $33.99. $33.99. That is Air soundtrack. $33.99. There's one soda Jerry Stone. And I've got two extras. Yes, as soon as the information becomes available, we were just talking about Led Zeppelin last night on colored vinyl. I was like, Led Zeppelin has never put anything out on colored vinyl officially. There's some imports, I think. There's some rare imports that's colored vinyl. And I think there's some unofficials that's colored vinyl. And then the next morning, I wake up to a post that Led Zeppelin 4 is being reissued on clear vinyl as part of Atlantic's anniversary celebration. So that was very cool. This is called a, yes, Tommy, you got an Oingo Boingo. Yes, Chase and Hart, you got an Oingo Boingo. This is Tales from Yesterday, $31.99. A tribute to Yes. A tribute to Yes. It has Peter Banks on here, formerly of Yes, and Steve Howe, Steve Morse, Patrick Moraz. That is Tales from Yesterday, a tribute from Yes, and that is $31.99. $31.99. We also have Jeff Beck, Blow by Blow. That is another new Jeff Beck, produced by George Martin. I always forget that. But that's a part of that other Jeff Beck reissue series that we're going to have this week. There's that one. We've already sold out of Beckola. Stephen A. Young wants the Tales from Yesterday. That's the Yes tribute album. We have one left if anybody else wants it. There's the other Jeff Beck. There's Promise Pork Soda, $39.99 for Promise Pork Soda, $39.99. Ryan Kirkland says he'll take the Jeff Beck Blow by Blow. That's so to Ryan Kirkland. We have one left. There is Fleetwood Mac Rumors as a standard LP. That's a standard LP, 33 1/3, $31.99. Fleetwood Mac Rumors. That's just the single LP version, $31.99. We also have Pink Floyd The Wall, $49.99. I told everybody I had a couple copies in stock, and we had a couple more on way. This is Pink Floyd The Wall, $49.99. Brian C. wants the other Jeff Beck. Let's sell that to Brian C. And I have one copy of Fleetwood Mac Mirage, original album remastered, $31.99. Gypsy's on here, and Hold Me. I love the song Gypsy. Monica Malley says she'll take a Pink Floyd The Wall. I've got technically one left in here, but I have 3 on hand here at the store. Live Rumors. I've got one copy left, Brad. That's $44.99. I've got one copy left right here. And I don't know why. I think I ordered more that they hadn't been shipped. That tells me they're back ordered, but hopefully more come in. There's Fleetwood Mac Live Rumors. So if you missed the very first part of the sale, boy, I know somebody's got to buy at least one of these. Megadeth. This was the very first thing I shown. We didn't do a warm-up crate. I went right into new vinyl. Megadeth is back in stock, $36.99. This is Killing My Business. Killing is my business, and business is good. Megadeth, Killing is my business. That is $36.99. I've got 10 copies on hand. 10 copies of that. Linkin Park, Meteora. Linkin Park is $31.99. I still got all 3 of those. That is a gatefold single LP, $31.99. And if you missed it, I still got the Oingo Boingos. This one's called Dark at the End of the Tunnel. The original 1990 album, now including 11 tracks, on vinyl for the first time. On vinyl for the first time. Big deal when an album like Oingo Boingo is on vinyl for the first time. Those are $28.99. I've got a handful left. I have the Air soundtrack, music from the hit movie, featuring 80s classics such as Rock the Casbah and Born in the USA, $33.99. Brad Bolin also takes a Oingo with his Fleetwood Mac. Brian C. also takes a Oingo with his Fleetwood Mac, or not his Fleetwood Mac, he just wants an Oingo. Melinda Gernhardt also wants an Oingo Boingo. There's a couple artists when I started really selling records, I guess especially here on Facebook 3 or 4 years ago, there's a couple artists I found out a lot about that I really didn't know a lot about myself, but the demand and the following and the fans, and Oingo Boingo is one of those artists. It is just amazing how much of a demand and fans and people are interested in the Oingo Boingo catalog. Yes, this is on orange vinyl. First time on vinyl, orange vinyl. That is Oingo Boingo. And that didn't, I don't know how that popped up. There wasn't a pre-order on that. I was just trying to order any other Oingo Boingos I could get, and that was available and in stock, and I grabbed 10 of them. I should have went ahead and grabbed, I think there was like 36 in stock. I bet they're all gone now. John Ambrosic says he'll take one because when these things are gone, they're gone until they press it in a different color, probably about a year from now. So I'm going to mute my mic for 1 second. All right, I am back. Y'all know I had to take some Diet Mountain Dew. Ryan Kirkland wants an Oingo Boingo, and I think that, did you already write a name for Ryan Kirkland? Okay. Well, how about we give this one to Ryan Kirkland, and I think that's it. So that means Nathan Myers, you'll have to go on a waiting list. So I think Ryan Kirkland got the last one, and after that, we'll have to take a waiting list. Nathan Myers, if you're okay with that. There's Air. I've already showed that. The Yes Tribute album, Tales from Yesterday, $31.99. Primus Pork Soda, $39.99. Fleetwood Mac, $31.99. The Wall is $49.99. And Fleetwood Mac Mirage is $31.99. Megadeth is $36.99. Put Nathan Myers on a wait list for Oingo, and that is A Dark at the End of the Tunnel. $28.99. Nathan Myers will be the first person at the top of the waiting list. Sean Megadeth is $36.99, and David Eberly wants Tales from Yesterday. That's so to David Eberly. All right, yes, I've got Huey Lewis ordered. I've got enough. Hopefully we can sell them live. I know a couple people want one, Jerry. I know you for sure requested one. I'll put you down. I never did technically post a pre-order. I'll definitely put you down for one, though. And there's some other stuff coming out as well. So, all right, the first thing I'm going to do is go through a bin of putbacks. Let me pull out these invoices. I actually was going to work on some CD box sets and some really cool stuff from collections last night, and I actually went through a bin, or I walked by a bin in the back, and I noticed they had sorted some non-payments like 2 months ago. They sorted some non-payments like 2 months ago, and I walked by it and I started going through it, and I sent a bunch of people some final reminders like, hey, will you please pay for your records? I woke up this morning, I sent like 18 messages to people saying, will you please pay for these records before the show starts? If you can't pay for them, just please let us know. It's been like 2 months now, and we really need to resell these. Only 2 people replied, so the people who didn't reply, they got blocked, and I have deleted their invoices, and now I'm going to resell their records. So that's what I'm pulling out of these crates right now. A couple of people actually said, sorry, Chad, I can't pay for these right now. And I'm like, that's okay. We're going to resell them, but let me know if you want to buy from us again in the future, because you can. So we have Slave to the Grind, Skid Row. This is an auction that didn't get paid for. This guy, I sent him a reminder. I'm like, hey, you hadn't paid for this like a month ago. Or I guess Doug or Ed or somebody did. And he's like, hey, is it still available? And we was like, yes, here's your invoice. And then he didn't pay for it. And we sent him another reminder, and then he didn't reply. So this is a black vinyl, Slave to the Grind, 2 LP. It is a $25 start, Slave to the Grind. I'm not for sure which version it is. I really can't remember. Here we go, 2021 press. Slave to the Grind, Skid Row. That's now a $25 start. $25 start on that. Let me pull out a few more of these. We got lots of auctions. Looks like this is something that was sold at auction that didn't get paid for, so let me re-auction this. This is Kiss, Rock and Roll Over. Kiss, Rock and Roll Over. It looks like it's a 1976 Pitman US OG press. 1976 Pitman OG US press. And this is a $35 start. No condition notes. It looks like it's about an EX Plus. It looks like it's about an EX Plus condition. And this is Kiss, Rock and Roll Over. EX Plus condition. Originally, we didn't have any condition notes on it. 1976 OG press. That's a $35 start. I've got to keep up with all these invoices, Jake, so I can cancel these. So I'm going to just keep a pile going there. The rest of these are going to be buy it nows. Let me pull his stuff out of here. Let me get this crate sorted right quick. And I got to delete all these invoices. Let me take all these sticky notes off. I don't ever oust anybody. I always keep identities a little private. So I need to double check on this guy. He actually may send us payment. And let me pull the rest of these off. So basically, we got a whole crate of new arrivals here, because these are, some of these are kind of ancient, I think. So, yep, I don't think she's going to pay. So let me fix this, pull this out. And this, and this. A lot of sticky notes I'm peeling off. That's a lot of work we put into these originally selling them. So I'm going to set these aside. Okay, so here's a little half crate of non-payments. Let's go through these and see what's in here. We have, let's see here. We have Skid Row, $25. We have, Kiss does not have a sticker, no. Josie's at $35 on Kiss. Original Rock and Roll has tier on Gene's Eye. I actually think that's a club copy that has that. That's a club copy that has that. I think it's a club misprint. And, okay, here we go. So this is Delight World Click, $38.99, music on vinyl. So here's how our payments go. When we send you an invoice, we'd like to get payment like the Monday you get it. That's what we prefer. You know, we're hoping that like when we send you an invoice, you have the funds ready to pay it. But we do give you 2 weeks. After 2 weeks, we'll probably send you some kind of reminder saying, hey, this is now overdue. And then we go into like collection mode where we send you a reminder and we give you like a final warning. And then probably that turns into like 4 weeks. And then probably after a month, we're just going to go ahead and cancel your invoice. So there's a couple exceptions to that. If maybe it didn't get delivered, you overlooked it. If you get a lot of invoices from us, sometimes somebody's not on for 2 weeks and they get 3 invoices and then they skip one accidentally. We'll work with you on stuff like that, of course. But if you're just not communicating with us and you've bought a bunch of stuff and you have a $1,000 invoice, then we're just going to have to resell it ASAP. So the best thing to do is just let us know what your situation is, because we understand life happens. But also, if you just can't pay for the records and you have no intentions to, the best thing to do is be like, Chad, I'm sorry, I can't pay for these records, just resell them. And I may let you buy from us in the future. But the biggest problem is buying stuff and then not paying for it. But we don't have many non-payment problems. I mean, there's almost no, it's like 1%. I know we sell a lot of records, so it looks like we have a lot of people who don't pay, but it's just based on the volume we do. It's just a small, like 1% don't pay, maybe half of 1%. But over a 2 months time, as much as we sell every night, that adds up when we finally start purging everything. So Nirvana Unplugged, $33.99. We also have White Zombie Astro Creep 2000. That's new and sealed for $38.99. And Phil Collins, Hello, I Must Be Going. There's some nice records in here. I got a whole tub from one guy. He was a really good customer, and now he's just disappeared. So he's got a whole tub over here of stuff. This is a beautiful looking copy of Hello, I Must Be Going. It has the original inner sleeve, $19.99. So I've got two auctions that didn't get paid for. The first one was Skid Row. Ryan Kirkland has that. That is on black vinyl. Ryan Kirkland has that for $25. Josie was at $35 on Kiss. Gary also bid $25 on Skid Row, and Eddie bid $25 on Skid Row, but we had somebody in earlier at $25 already. Ryan Kirkland wants White Zombie. That's sold to Ryan Kirkland. Yes, this is the 2LP Nirvana, Sean. Great price on that, $33.99. Looks like that was originally priced back in March. John Stites wants the light. Skid Row's $26.26, and Nirvana was $33.99 unless Sean gets it. That's a 2LP version. John Lennon Double Fantasy. I'm going to honor this on sale price. The sticky note originally said $9.99. Looks like it was in a half off bin. And so if anybody still wants it for half off, no condition notes on a Double Fantasy John Lennon, just $9.99. $9.99. Skid Row 28, Skid Row 30, Skid Row 30. And we have Phil Collins, Nirvana, John Lennon. And this was an on sale bin too, pretty much half off. This didn't get paid for. Tommy the Who, Abbey Road Half Speed Master, $29.99. So final call on the Kiss Rock and Roll Over. This is a final call for $35 to Josie. Josie has that for $35. Josie sync bill, and we're about to sell that. Skid Row's got some new bids, 30, 30, now 32. This is a black vinyl. It's a 2021 press, black vinyl, 2021 press. It was, it originally sold for $88. I started it at $25. It originally sold for $88 at auction. And Skid Row's at 32, 33. Next was Brad Bolin says he'll take the John Lennon. Jake, make sure that goes in for $9.99. That's $9.99 for Brad Bolin. That's a half off price. And let me make sure Sean Fairweather. Sean passes on Nirvana. So let me make sure who's next on it. That goes to David Polkey. David Polkey, you get the Nirvana. So that goes to him at sticker price. Christopher, you were second on John Lennon. Skid Row's at 33. Actually, no, Jetstream. Who did I say get the John Lennon? That was Brad Bolin. Okay, that's right. Christopher Morris was second. Jetstream was third. Kiss is now at 37. Tom Ulanowski wants Tommy. Josie's out on Kiss. All right, so Kiss is at 37 with Kara Bauer. That's now going twice, going three times. And Eddie Manning's at 33 on Skid Row. Only thing left right now is Phil Collins. New and sealed, Bob Marley. African Herbsman, that's on yellow and black splatter vinyl. Bob Marley is $29.99. Bob Marley. This is Pearl Jam, Riot Act, $41.99. New and sealed Pearl Jam, 2LP, $41.99. And the very popular Velvet Underground and Nico, that's an Abbey Road Half-Speed Master. Like I've said before, for the price and the quality, I think one of the best values of that album you can buy, unless you can afford a true original press, which are now north of $1,000. Little Feet, Dixie Chicken, $24.99. Dixie Feet, Little Chicken, $24.99. Dixie Feet. Little Feet, Dixie Chicken. Alan Jackson, his greatest hits, new and sealed 2LP, $36.99. And we also have the Righteous Brothers greatest hits. That's in shrink wrap, $14.99. The Righteous Brothers greatest hits, $14.99 on that. Sorry, the Velvet Underground was $36.99. I must have not said the price. $36.99 for the Half-Speed Master. Alan Jonathan asked first. Cynthia also asked. And Nathan Myers. I must have not said the price on that. Let's go ahead and sell Kara Bauer the Kiss for $37. That is sold to Kara for $37. And Skid Row's now a final call. This is between Patty Anderson Williams and Eddie Manning. That's the 2021 black vinyl press. Eddie Manning has that for $37. Patty's back in at $38. Alan Johnson says he'll take the Velvet Underground. I should have more of those. Give me 1 second. There's one sold to Alan Johnson. Let me try to find the others. If I'm out of stock on that, I'll be shocked. I should have more. There's more gatefold looking covers. Let me see if I can find, because it looks like Nathan Myers also wants one, and Cynthia might want one as well. If not, Jake, just take down their names. I know I have them around here somewhere. We've got new vinyl stacked up everywhere. If I can't find them, I will pull them either after the sale or whenever I run across them later tonight. But I know I have 4 or 5 of those around here. So I will get y'all one. That won't be a waiting list, but I do have them. They're just somewhere around here. There's no telling. Actually, I think I see them over there. I'll pull them in just a second. So Allen gets one. Nathan Myers gets one. I have not checked on Ice Cube yet. Skid Row's at 38, 39, 40, 41, 42. We have Survivor, Vital Signs. Survivor is a gold stamp promo. Looks it has the original inner sleeve, very clean looking vinyl. $24.99. That's vintage. We have Dangerous Toys, Greatest Tricks. That's on purple vinyl. Dangerous Toys. I'm talking too fast. Purple vinyl, $29.99. Ryan Kirkland says he'll take Survivor. We also have new and sealed Extreme Porno Graffiti, $38.99. Ken Crooker wants Dangerous Toys. Skid Row's now at $43. Great White Recover. That's on red and white split colored vinyl, $31.99. I've only got one copy of Dangerous Toys. This is just a random crate of resale stuff that I'm going through. But you know what? If y'all want me to check if I can get more, there is a chance. So Cynthia and Bob and Nick, if y'all want me to check if I can get more of those, there is a chance I can for that same price. The Bob Marley was $29.99. Skid Row's at 44 and then 44 again. David Tate says he'll take the Great White. So right now, this Dangerous Toys goes to Ken Crooker, and we'll add Cynthia, Bob, Nick on a waiting list and see if we can get more, and that's called Greatest Tricks on purple vinyl. Great White is sold to David Tate. Skid Row's at 45. And we have Collective Soul, their self-titled album, $34.99 for Collective Soul. That's new and sealed. And also Run DMC, Tougher Than Leather. Run DMC is $29.99. They're still bidding on Skid Row. Let me go ahead and grab some of our next auctions for the night. Let me look through this non-payment bin right quick. I'm sure we have some. Here we go. Queen, The Miracle. Wow. 1989 specialty press. We don't get this too often. It's actually a not easy record to find whatsoever. This is Queen, The Miracle. The vinyl's near mint minus. It has the original inner sleeve. This Queen album is later in their catalog. We don't see it as often on vinyl. 1989. And this is an 89 specialty press OG. $55 start. The cover, vinyl, inner sleeve are all extremely nice. EX Plus, near mint minus. Troy Robinson wants Run DMC. Nathan Myers was second. Greg was third asking the tracks. Skid Row's at 46, now 47. We have Eagles on the Border, $34.99. Eagles on the Border, $34.99. Doug Disney. Doug, I saw your message come in about the Kiss stuff. I was going to see if somebody had replied to you. But the Queen or the Kiss stuff, you asked about the Kiss stuff. And just so while everybody's watching, we have not laid finger on any of the Kiss collection yet. That whole room of Kiss stuff we bought, we hadn't even touched it. I will start working on that when I come back from a trip next week, and all the metal records. So 2 highly anticipated things we'll start on next week, and that's the Kiss collection and all the metal records that we bought on our buying trip. So none of that will be touched until I come back. Now, Paul will be doing the shows for the rest of the week. Paul will be hosting tomorrow, Friday, and possibly Saturday while I'm out of town. He's going to have new vintage arrivals that he's pricing. There'll be new vinyl come in. He'll be marking that. I've already got the price sheets made up for him, and he'll be running auctions. So we'll still be here. I won't be hosting, but Paul will, and he'll be doing that the rest of the week. So please tune in and treat Paul very nicely. He's hosting his radio show right now. Paul's hosting his radio show right now in Nashville. He'll be here tomorrow night hosting this show along with Friday and Saturday. I'm going to Florida for Tanner's bachelor trip. So let's go back up to the top. We have Queen 55. Next is Skid Row 50. We have any more Nirvana Unplugged. I can check. Also, can you get Blackstreet self-titled and Diddy Love album off the grid? They come out Friday. Jake is going to write those down right now. Jake almost forgot your name. We have Tarzan on green vinyl. Tarzan is $54.99. $54.99. And Maroon 5, Songs About Jane. Maroon 5 is $36.99. Songs About Jane, $36.99 for Maroon 5. We also have Fleetwood Mac in Chicago. This is in VG Plus condition, $26.99. Fleetwood Mac in Chicago, VG Plus condition, $26.99. And we also have James Gang Thirds. This is VG, $9.99. James Gang Thirds, VG, $9.99. Skid Row's at 50. Evidently, we had the feed freeze up for a second. Hope everybody's hopping back on now. Skid Row's at 51. Hysteria is still available, Brooks. Hysteria is new and sealed for $48.99. This is a very great sounding 2LP remaster. Hysteria is $48.99. Skid Row's at 51. Troy, Jake has wrote down those titles. We will check on those. Troy also wants PC, which is, what was PC? It was not James Gang or Fleetwood Mac or Maroon 5 or Eagles or Collective Soul. What was PC, Troy? Beast Smoker wants James Gang. That's for sure a confirmation. Beast Smoker. Brooks Vaughter says she'll take Def Leppard. Go ahead and put Kara Bauer on a waiting list because Kara, I can get more of these. And Troy Robinson wants Phil Collins off the earlier in the bin. So James Gang goes to Beast Smoker. Brooks gets Def Leppard. Kara on the waiting list for Def Leppard. And Troy Robinson on Phil Collins. Let's do a final call on this auction. Queen the Miracle, near mint, 1989 USOG, $55 bid. That's to Doug Disney. Final call. Final call. Doug, if you end up winning that, I will give you first-time buyer instructions. Final call on Skid Row. Eddie Manning's at 51. I don't think anybody has set out. Patty was bidding, and Eddie Manning was bidding. Eddie's at 51. Calvin Ward's at 56 on Queen. Here's what's left. This was a non-payment bin, so let's go through these right quick. We have Bob Marley, African Herbsman, $29.99, yellow and black splatter vinyl. Also, Pearl Jam, Riot Act, $41.99. Those are new and sealed. This is a vintage copy of Dixie Chicken by Little Feat, $24.99. Alan Jackson's Greatest Hits, that's new and sealed for $36.99. The Righteous Brothers' Greatest Hits, that's in shrink wrap, $14.99, Unchained Melody. We have Nathan Myers on Little Feat. The Cure, I think we're sold out. Boontar, I have sold my last copy and I have not reordered that. They were $44.99, but I am sold out right now. I'm sold out of The Cure. Queens at 56, Queens at 59. Patty's out on Skid Row, so let's make this a final call to Eddie Manning for $51. Nathan Myers got Little Feat. Mark Coburn gets the Alan Jackson, and Doug Disney's at 65 on Queen. We have Extreme Pornograffiti, $38.99. Collective Soul is $34.99. That's a new craft remaster. Also a vintage copy, an original of Eagles on the Border. Very, very nice, $34.99. Tarzan soundtrack, that is a UK import, $54.99. Green vinyl. Maroon 5, Songs About Jane. That has a lot of their hits on it. $36.99, like This Love and She Will Be Loved. And what's the other big ones on here? It is new and sealed for $36.99. And Fleetwood Mac in Chicago. This is the bluesy Fleetwood Mac. This is not Stevie Nicks and Christine McVie and Lindsey Buckingham. This is Fleetwood Mac with Otis Bond, Willie Dixon, etc. That's VG Plus, $26.99. Yes, this has the Phil Collins music. Thank you. Yes, this has the Phil Collins music, like Two Worlds and You'll Be in My Heart. Yes, green vinyl, the Tarzan soundtrack. Phil Collins did the music for that. Green vinyl, that's our only copy, $54.99. Which Bob Marley album was that? The Bob Marley is called African Herbsman, yellow and black splatter vinyl. African Herbsman, $29.99. All right, Skid Row is now sold to Eddie Manning for $51. Let's go ahead and now do a final call on the Queen. Doug Disney's at $65. That is almost what it sold for the last time. That's now a final call, $65 to Doug Disney. And I'm about to put up a new crate. If nobody else wants anything in there, I'm going to put up a new crate. I've got some non-payments and putbacks I'm working on. So let me go over here and sort through these right quick. I'm going to go ahead and grab our next auction, which is going to be over here behind the counter. So let me find that right quick. Our next auction is, let me just grab this whole crate. It's actually going to be a copy of Kiss Double Platinum. Kiss Double Platinum that I didn't get to. We had more copies of Psycho Circus come in. I'm going to read off everybody who got one. The Who Coke Bottle Green is in. I'm officially sold out, but I'm going to read off everybody who got one of those, and the Who box sets came in. So here we go, Kiss Double Platinum. This is Kiss Double Platinum. This is a 1978 U.S. specialty press. It does have a merch insert. It does have a merch insert. I don't think it has the gold record or platinum record award, but we'll check. So there's the merch insert for Double Platinum. This is going to be a $45 start. $45 start. This is Kiss Double Platinum. This is no condition notes. Of course, very bright foil cover. I don't see the gold record award or platinum record award. I don't think it's in here. But the vinyl on this is about EX or EX Plus, and that's Double Platinum. That's a $45 start on that. I wish they would put that back into print. You know, there is a Kiss Greatest Hits, but I think a lot of people would like to have a new copy of Double Platinum, just like the 2014 reissues. Chad, I said out. Well, then we have a problem because I think we have two people, both of the high bidders, both said out. Eddie Manning, you was at 51 and you were the high bidder and no one else bid. Patty was at 50. Patty said out. Eddie was at 51 and now you're out. So who was at 50 or 51? Eddie, you're the high bidder at 51, Eddie Manning. And Patty said out, and that's where we're at on it. You've got it for 51 if you want it. If not, then, okay, so I think Eddie says he's passing. So that goes to Patty as long as she still wants it for 50. Okay. Queen is sold to Doug Disney for 65. Now, Doug, I know you messaged us earlier today, but make sure you go ahead and send us another message. So right now, I guess that's sold to Patty. Patty says she'll take it. That's good. Otherwise, we have to start it all over again. That's sold to Doug Disney, the Queen, for 65. Patty gets that for 50. We have Kiss at $45. That's going once, going twice. All right. We have, whoop, that's the wrong crate. Let me go over here and grab some stuff out of this bin. These are, like I said, a lot of putbacks and no payments. Most of this right here is going to be from one person. Just totally lost communication with them, so that's not good. But let me pull some of this stuff out so we can resell it. Some stuff in here I know people are looking for. And this sold at auction. I see several things that sold at auction. So let me do that all right now. All righty. First, we have Ozzy. Patient number 9. Ozzy, patient number 9. This is $48.99. That is with the alternate cover. That's the alternate cover artwork. $48.99 on that. Rob Zombie, Hellbilly Deluxe. Rob Zombie is $39.99. I actually have these on sale. If anybody wants Daft Punk, $26.99. They were $39.99. Let's put this up for, actually, I've got another one of those we'll auction tonight. We'll do that in just a second. This is Alice in Chains. That's new and sealed, unofficial. That's from their concert in 1992. That's got songs from Dirt and Facelift on it. And then this is an $85 buy it now if anybody wants it. Tool Fear Inoculum. Tool Fear Inoculum. Box set, $85 buy it now if anybody wants that. $85 on Tool Fear Inoculum. Nathan Myers is at 46 on Kiss. Jerry Stone's out. Peter Espinoza says he'll take the Rob Zombie. We have Steve Howe on the Ozzy and Joshua Cross on Alice in Chains. All right, so Kiss Double Platinum's at $46. That's now going once, going twice. Coming up for bid, I have an extremely nice copy of George Harrison's All Things Must Pass. This is a really, really nice copy. It's a US OG Apple, and surprisingly, the box is in really solid condition. Let me show you this. It's going to be a $45 start. Really nice box. Very, very nice, especially the front. Really no signs of wear. And let me make sure this was on the Apple label. Let me show you this on the Apple label. Yes, this is an US OG Apple press. Extremely nice vinyl. There's LP number 1. It has all the original inner sleeves. This is one of the greatest recordings of all time. The music on here is just amazing. And it has the poster with it. George Harrison, All Things Must Pass. There's the original poster. This is nice. The box is really, really solid too. They're usually smushed where maybe it was on a pile for 30 years and it's just crushed. That one's actually really nice. Joshua Cross wants Pearl Jam. I think you want Riot Act, right? So sell Riot Act to Joshua Cross. How many LPs are in the tool? I think it's 4 LPs. 4 LPs. Yeah, this is one of my most haunting. This set is honestly beautiful and it sounds incredible. I actually opened the one up that I finally kept. This is also my worst nightmare. There's nothing to do against Tool. I love Tool. I hope I go see them this year in Knoxville in concert. This pressing is amazing. This was originally $180 retail. But what happened was I ordered like 200 of them because I got an email blast saying this is going to be the most limited edition Tool release ever. You got to stock up on them. And I had a ton of pre-orders. And then I got in like 200 of them. I had a ton of money invested in them. And then all of a sudden there was an Amazon ad going around where you could buy them for like $109. Almost $90 cheaper than what I was selling them for. And then everybody started canceling on me. And I was like, great. And I have literally tried to give some away. I've gave them away. We was doing giveaways. I was just trying to do anything to get my inventory down on them. It's my worst nightmare. But it's a great release. I mean, it's a huge box set. Got all this great stuff in it, but or all this great. I guess they're. What am I trying to say? They're picture disc, I think. I think they're like picture disc or single-sided with etchings or something. So, alrighty. So, paid 120, right? Yeah, I've sold them from 180. Some people paid 180. I've sold them for 180. I've sold them for 150, 120. I think I've sold some for 60, but I'm settling on these at $85. Fear Inoculum is 5 LPs. All right, here's some more non-payments. I just got to show these one at a time. This is Rush 2112. It's a black mercury. It's in shrink wrap. That's a 1985 press and shrink wrap, $49.99. Rush 2112, 85 press and shrink wrap, $49.99. Foo Fighters, but here we are. White vinyl Foo Fighters, $31.99. Lil Wayne, the Carter 3. Lil Wayne is $54.99. The Carter 3, 2 LP for Lil Wayne. That's new and sealed, $54.99. Deftones, Around the Fur. Deftones is $28.99. New and sealed. I've got more non-payments here and putbacks. This is Eric Clapton, Layla. This is a German, this is an Italian Eric Clapton compilation called Layla. Let It Rain, Any Day, Little Wing, After Midnight, Bell Bottom Blues. That's $29.99. Taylor Swift, Red, Taylor's version, $59.99, new and sealed. Taylor Swift, new and sealed. Rush Archives. Rush Archives is the Black Mercury label's reissue of this, $64.99. It does have some writing on the cover, but no condition notes on that. Rush Archives is $64.99. We have Taylor Swift Fearless, Taylor's version. That's new and sealed for $46.99. And Rage Against the Machine, this is Renegades. That's new and sealed for $31.99. Okay, so back up to the top. George Harrison's at 45, 45, 50, 50, 55. George Harrison's at 60. George Harrison's at 70. We have Joshua Cross on Death. Death was Deftones. This is sold to Joshua Cross. Joe Willinger wants Layla. That was the Eric Clapton compilation. And we have Bill Walton on Fearless, Taylor's version. Let's also go ahead and sell the Kiss Double Platinum. Kiss Double Platinum is sold for $46, and that was to Nathan Myers. Nathan, you get that for $46. We're going to lay that right over here. I also have Rush, Farewell to Kings. This is a 1977 RCA Club copy, $34.99. RCA Club copy, $34.99. About a VG cover. Mostly looks like somebody set their coffee cup on top of it while they were listening to Xanadu. Other than that, $34.99. We have Japanese auctions, David. I have a whole crate over here. Hi. David is so excited. David's now got to stay up for the next 2,000 hours while I auction them off one at a time. Rush Power Windows. Let's put this up for auction. This was originally auctioned. It's an OG copy. It is near mint minus. It has the original inner sleeve, and it's in shrink wrap with the hop sticker. $35 start. This is Rush Power Windows. That's now for $35. Back to the bin, Troy Robinson takes the Lil Wayne. That's sold to Troy Robinson. John Leal is the high bidder on the George Harrison All Things Must Pass. John Leal has that for $75. That's now going once, going twice. Also got some other miscellaneous stuff over here from this non-payment and put-back pile. The first is a King Crimson t-shirt. This is King Crimson in the Court of the Crimson King. This is an extra large size t-shirt. If anybody wants it, $28.99. That's a King Crimson. Y'all are very familiar with that artwork in the Court of the Crimson King. Size extra large, $28.99 if anybody wants that. Rush is at 35 with Calvin Ward. John Smetzer's out on George Harrison. Christopher's in at 80. Henry's Choice bid 76. Let me go grab a few more records right up here. Also got a few CDs, it looks like, that maybe wasn't spoken for. I also see a couple questions about some orders. Give me 1 second. I'll go back through and try to find that. Kenny Bell wants the King Crimson shirt. We'll sell that to Kenny Bell. I have another one behind the counter. So, Jake, that's sold to Kenny Bell. Let me see what size this one is behind the counter. And I also can grab our next auction. Or let me print out this list while I'm over here of who got Psycho Circus. That's the only thing I have wrote down right now. Maybe this is an extra large. It's a large, unfortunately. So, Carlene, I have a size large if you want a large, but I don't have another extra large. I do have a size large if you want it, Carlene. If not, I understand. So, Homeland Conspiracy was second. Okay, back to some putbacks. We have Deftones, White Pony. Deftones, White Pony, $31.99. $31.99 for Deftones, White Pony. Continuing with some non-payments and a few putbacks here. Let's see here. We have, she said large is fine, sell King Crimson shirt to Carlene Rollins. Chris Cornell, Higher Truth, $44.99. Allison Chains Live, this is an unofficial from 2006. Rock AM 2006 Live Allison Chains, $39.99. Reservoir Dogs soundtrack, $38.99. Reservoir Dogs soundtrack, $38.99. We have another Chris Cornell Higher Truth. That's a 2LP. There's two Chris Cornells, $44.99. Nirvana Bleach, $28.99 for Nirvana Bleach, $28.99. And Evanescence Fallen, new and sealed Evanescence, $29.99. Rage Against the Machine, The Battle of Los Angeles, $31.99. And the Foo Fighters, One by One. The Foo Fighters is $39.99. Back up to the top, George Harrison was at $75. Calvin bid $35 on Rush. Christopher Morris bid $80 on George Harrison. Christopher Morris is the high bidder on George Harrison for $80. Homeland Conspiracy, let me know if you want a waiting list on the King Crimson shirt. I can find you one. Henry's Choice put Let K. What was Let K? Let me know what that was. And also, I think I forgot to pull, no I didn't. Jody is at 37 on Power Windows. Calvin's back in at 40. George Ellison wants Nirvana's Bleach. That's sold to George Ellis. Nirvana Bleach. Henry's Choice back in at 81. Put down Homeland Conspiracy. Homeland Conspiracy for a waiting list on in the Court of the Crimson King t-shirt, size extra large. All right, I've got some more records here. First, we got Mike Vandergent's on Evanescence Fallen. That's sold to Mike Vandergent's. We got two auctions here. They're both still getting bids. Next is Johnny Cash, a VG copy, $14.99 of Johnny Cash at Folsom Prison. That is on the original label, Johnny Cash at Folsom Prison. VG copy, $14.99. The original Little Richard recordings, 20 tracks, $34.99. The cover is in shrink wrap. 2LP Little Richard compilation, 20 tracks, $34.99. Foreigner, Inside Information. Foreigner is a VG Plus, $14.99. Inside Information on Foreigner, VG Plus condition. Also, Foo Fighters, Echo, Silence, Patience, and Grace. Foo Fighters is $44.99. Kate Bush, Hounds of Love. Kate Bush, Hounds of Love is $31.99. And A Perfect Circle, 13th Step, A Perfect Circle is $34.99. All right, so Power Windows, 37. Rush was at 40. We sold Bleach. Put down Homeland Conspiracy for size large, not extra large. Mike Vandergent's got Evanescence. Christopher's out on George Harrison. John Ambrosic wants the Johnny Cash at Folsom Prison. Kevin Moore put FOR for Foreigner. So Cash went to John Ambrosic. Kevin Moore got Foreigner. Chris B. Jack, you were at second on Johnny Cash. The George Harrison is at 81 with Henry's Choice. $81 is the high bidder. Joe Hawkins, you were second on Foreigner. Nathan Myers got PC, which was Perfect Circle. Nathan Myers gets Perfect Circle. So there's that. Let me grab a few more things over here. I told you we had a whole tub. Here's a box set of something. This was $149.99. What do we have here? Rush Clockwork Angels Tour box set. Rush Clockwork Angels. I hadn't had one of these in a while. Probably one of the last ones I sold here. This is Rush Clockwork Angels box set. Let me show you what it looks like. This is $149.99 if anybody wants it. Now, how does it open? Should open just like a pizza box, I think. Yep. Rush Clockwork Angels box set. 5 LPs, $149.99. That's new and sealed. It will come to you in this shipper just like this. Rush Clockwork Angels. That is $149.99 if anybody wants it. Alrighty. There's a box set. Let me set it over here. I'm going to use that for my platform. I got a few CDs, it looks like. Let's see what these are. They're all priced as marked. The first is the Velvet Underground Live, $11.99. Velvet Underground Live, 1950, 63? No, 70, 50, MX, 60, 73? I don't think that's right either. 93. Wow, I was trying to think of a vintage year. That's 93. 11.99. That's Velvet Underground live. They'll sell that to Chris Crowley. 11.99. Our next one is Train Alive at Last, featuring Drops of Jupiter, Meet Virginia, Calling All Angels. Train is $5.99. Alive at Last. And we also have Matchbox 20, or excuse me, yeah, Matchbox 20 or 21 Pilots. 21 Pilots Vessel. I was about to say, that's not Matchbox 20. 21 Pilots Vessel, $6.99. There's a couple CDs as well. All right, we need to do a final call on some of these for sure. Henry's Choice was at 81 on the George Harrison. Then we had a $90 bid, then a $95 bid. Stacy Metternich wants the Train CD. Chris Crowley got Velvet Underground. And we have a final call on Rush, or are we done on this? Jody, let me know if you're in or out. You bid 37. Calvin was at 40. If you say out, I'm going to sell it, or if you bid, we'll keep it going right quick. So that is an entire bin, except for two other things right here. And when I show these to you, then I think officially we have been through this bin of putbacks. So this was half off. I'll still do the half off price. The half off price was $22.49. I think technically it was sealed. The shrink wrap is literally falling off of it, but this was half off for $22.49. The box is a little crushed, and this is $22.49. Paul McCartney, Flowers in the Dirt. That was $22.49. That was a half off. I think it was somewhat sealed at one point. Here's another Post Malone. Wow, $14.99. Post Malone, that's a new and sealed single for $14.99. And we have the Beatles Rarities. The Beatles Rarities, $29.99, gatefold. David Johnson says he will take Paul McCartney. And Jake, make sure that goes in for $22.49. Let's sell Rush to Calvin Ward for $40. That's sold to Calvin Ward for $40. Our first auction of the night from the Japanese bin is going to be Joan Jett, $45 start. I love rock and roll. Joan Jett is going to be a $45 start. Joan Jett, I love rock and roll, $45 start. That is near mint minus on the vinyl. Pristine, has the insert and it has the cover with the obi. Joan Jett is a $45 start. $45 start. New term to somewhat sealed. Yeah, the shrink is literally a couple more handles and it'll be opened. We're going to review the bin right now. First, Benton Bragg's at 105 on George Harrison. David Johnson got the Paul McCartney. Joan Jett's at 45, and Henry's Choice is at 106. Let me review this bin. These are all non-payments and putbacks. First, before this gets hidden, let me show Post Malone. I'm just going to leave him out for a second. Post Malone's $14.99. The Beatles Rarities. These is literally rare tracks from the Beatles. It's a great listen if you're a Beatles fan. $29.99 for Rarities. Kate Bush, Hounds of Love, $31.99. Foo Fighters, Echoes, Silence, Patience, and Grace, $44.99, 2 LP. We have Foo Fighters 1 by 1. That was $39.99. The 20 original recordings of Little Richard, $34.99. Rage Against the Machine, The Battle of Los Angeles, $31.99. Final call to Joan Jett for $45. Japanese pressing of I Love Rock and Roll to Fred Carnell. Final call on that. Reservoir Dogs, music from the original motion picture. Quentin Tarantino film, that's a music on vinyl pressing, $38.99. Alice in Chains, 2006 live, $39.99. Chris Cornell, Higher Truth, $44.99. Chris Cornell, Higher Truth, that's a 2 LP. Deftones, White Pony, surprisingly still available, $31.99. Rush, Farewell to Kings is a 77 club copy, $34.99. Renegades of Funk by Rage Against the Machine was $31.99. Rush Archives is still available. Black Mercury labels, this is technically the repress. It originally came out in 1975 on the Skyscraper label. Then they repressed it on the black labels. This is the black label. That's the first 3 Rush albums. That's the first 3 Rush albums in one. Just $64.99. I always thought that was a great deal if you could pick one of those up. Deftones is sold to Craig Thomas. We have Taylor Swift, Taylor's version, $59.99. And Foo Fighters, their newest album, but here we are on white vinyl, $31.99. All right, I can't believe it. Joan Jett only got 1 bid. That's sold to Fred Carnell for $45. George Harrison is sold to Henry's Choice for $116. Those are both gone. It's time for a couple new auctions. The first new auction is going to be Paul McCartney, McCartney 2. And we also have the Monkees headquarters. McCartney 2. McCartney 2 is going to be a $35 start. Here's one that we don't see as often on a Japanese title. The vinyl is your typical near mint minus and pristine Japanese vinyl. There's the Japanese insert, or the inner sleeve, I should say. It does have a little bit of foxing on it. And this is the inner sleeve as well. That's the inner sleeve as well, or the insert, excuse me. Inner sleeve and insert, gatefold cover. Has just a little bit of foxing on the obi, nothing really on the cover. And that's a $35 start. $35 start. And then the Monkey's headquarters. This is also going to be a $35 start. There is some foxing on the cover. Foxing is a slight discoloration due to humidity and a change in the color and the toning of cardboard and paper. It's very common on these Japanese pressings. It's just a lot of humidity over there. They're on an island. $35 start. The Monkey's headquarters. $35 start on that. Here in Tennessee, we have high humidity too. You don't really do that to so much of the paper. It just completely yellows it. Like if you have old comic books that's been stored in an attic, I'll get them down and they'll literally look brown. They'll literally look brown over years when they was originally white. It's just science, okay? It's just science. Don't shoot me. Best price on tool. The best price is $85. Like I said, the original, I know they've went down a lot, but by the way, we have to ship this. This is an oversized box, so we have to like overship. This comes in a different size box too, so $85 on that, and that's shipped, of course. Part of your $7 unlimited shipping. Price on Post Malone. Post Malone was $14.99. That's new and sealed, John Nazarko. Monkeys is at $35.35. Megadeth, Rust in Peace is $44.99. That's new and sealed Megadeth, Rust in Peace, $44.99. Does the Rarities have the German version of She Loves You? Let's see. It does have a version of yes, where they're speaking in German, yes. She dept. However you say that. Yes. Post Malone, Bill Walton. Let me make sure John Nazarko doesn't want it. If John Nazarko doesn't want that, sell it to Bill Walton. We have Rush 2112 in shrink wrap, $49.99. Rush 2112. Iron Maidens are next week. Iron Maidens are next week, Peter. I hope you're ready. Hope you're ready that night. There's going to be like 30, 40 Iron Maiden auctions. It's going to be insane. Daft Punk Discovery, $26.99. Sell the Post Malone officially to Bill Walton. We have the Righteous Brothers Greatest Hits, $14.99. Also, Extreme Porno Graffiti, $38.99. New and Sealed Collective Soul, $34.99. Eagles on the Border, that was $34.99. Maroon 5, Songs About Jane, New and Sealed, $36.99. Fleetwood Mac in Chicago, VG Plus, $26.99. Tarzan on green vinyl, $54.99. And Bob Marley, African Herbsman, yellow and black splatter vinyl, $29.99. And of course, Tarzan does have the Phil Collins music. We have final call on both auctions. David Johnson has high bid on both, 35 and 35. Final call. Is Megadeth 180 gram? It should be. It's the newest repress. It's the newest repress. They repressed this back in May. They did a repressing of this, and that's what this one is. It's the newest repress, 2023 repress. It should be 180 gram, but I don't think I actually have a note on there that says. But yes, it's the newest repress. 2112, it's a 1985 pressing, but it is near mint in shrink wrap. It's an 85 pressing, also on the Black Mercury label, $49.99. Rod Hampton says he will take Megadeth. Next week is going to be a crazy week. We're going to have some great stuff the rest of the week. Tonight, before I leave to go to the airport, I'm going to work. I'm already packed and ready to go. I'm going to work on stuff for Paul. I'm going to work on stuff for Paul for the rest of the week, like auctions he's going to be doing and other stuff like that. All right, we're going to go ahead and get a crate over here of some records I found last night. Let me make sure this is the right crate. If so, it's going to be buy it now, best offer. This was new stuff from last night. Is this the crate? Let's see. That was a half-off bin. Actually, yeah. All right, so what we're going to do in this bin is we're going to make everything buy it now, best offer. And there's some check condition records in here, so pay attention if I let you know the grade. But everything in here is going to be buy it now, or you can go ahead and make an offer. Or you can make an offer and go ahead and buy it now. Sometimes by the time people submit an offer, they might get beat out as a buy it now claim. So I don't think these have been shown in a while, probably since like May. So let me go through them right quick. It's been a couple months since y'all have seen these titles. And for a lot of new people, it's going to be like brand new stuff. So they are 180 gram. If anybody else wants a Megadeth, I've got 4 copies left of Rust in Peace. 4 copies left. Jimmy Jonas says he'll take the 2112. Let me make sure that who else? Jetstream. Let me make sure Jetstream doesn't want it. If Jetstream doesn't want it, then we'll sell it to Jimmy Jonas. Somebody with a J is going to end up with it. If Jetstream passes, then we'll sell that to Jimmy Jonas for sticker. How much for Daft Punk? It's actually on sale for $26.99. That's my last copy. I guess since we're about to do an on sale bin, I will take $25 for the Beatles rarities. I will do that for you. Technically, all the putbacks were sticker, but since we're about to start an on sale crate, I guess I can't turn down a $5 less offer to sell that to you. So let's sell 2112. Jetstream passes. Let's sell that to Jimmy Jonas. Christopher Brusha wants the Beatles rarities for $25. And we have, did I get a Psycho Circus? I got to go check. Let me make sure that Webster Vance doesn't want the Daft Punk. If Webster Vance doesn't want it, Nathan Myers does. So let me go ahead and pull that. Somebody's going to end up with it. I did those on sale last night, and this is all I have left. This was actually in a putback bin. So let me make sure that Webster doesn't want it. If he passes, sell that to Nathan Myers. Actually, let's go ahead and end these auctions. David Johnson, you get both of them. You get McCartney 2 for $35. David Johnson, and he gets the Monkees headquarters for $35. Those are both sold to David Johnson. That means it's time for even more Japanese auctions. We have a Led Zeppelin 4 here up for bid, and I have a copy of, I think, a Rolling Stones compilation. These are 2 very good Japanese auctions, 2 very good Japanese pressings. This is the best of the Rolling Stones. It's a Japanese pressing with Obi. No condition notes, near mint minus, and pristine. Very, very nice. It has one, is this the one that has a scuff? Yes. This one has one scuff right here. Actually, I guess I can't call this one your typical near mint minus and pristine like I normally say. So we'll call that by Japanese standards EX. It has one non-audible, obviously a non-feeler mark on it. And this is the best of Rolling Stones. Very cool cover there. Mick Jagger has the Obi. And I'm sure if it's the best, yeah, Jumpin' Jack Flash, Painted Black, Satisfaction. $45 start. That's the best of the Rolling Stones. A Japanese pressing of Led Zeppelin 4. This is going to be a $65 start. A Japanese pressing. Now, quick little background on Japanese vinyl. We sell Japanese vinyl almost every night here. This is just a higher quality. Their vinyl's usually higher quality. Their jackets are definitely a higher quality. All the materials, it's just everything is made and printed a little bit better. And it's just a higher quality. Very desirable. I mean, I've seen a lot of copies of this. You can just tell by the artwork and the printing and the quality. Everything is just really nice. Zeppelin's a $65 start. The Stones is a $45 start. All right, let's go through some vintage buy now best offer. Webster never did say yes or no on Daft Punk, so go ahead and give that to Nathan Myers for $26.99. Let's go through this crate. Against the Wind. This is a VG copy for $12.99. Against the Wind, Bob Seger, VG for $12.99. We also have Quicksilver Messenger Service. This is a VG Plus for $12.99. VG Plus, 2 records there. Quicksilver and Bob Seger, both $12.99. C-Train by the Marblehead Messenger. That's EX condition, $11.99. We also have Venus and Mars. That's a VG copy, $17.99. It has the inserts with it. Looks like it has the Venus and Mars, the planets deal here. Forgot what that actually is. I guess it's the rotations or the orbitals of the sun. Looks like it has a tear. Has a sticker. VG copy, $17.99. We have 10 Years After, A Space and Time. EX condition, $14.99. D. Wells wrote his name on the label. The vinyl's EX, $14.99. And we have Phil Keaggy, Town to Town. That's VG Plus, $14.99. We have Jimmy Jonas. Was you bidding on Led Zeppelin 4? You just put Led Zeppelin 4. If you're bidding, please put Led Zeppelin 4 and then $65. Final call if anybody wants to get in on the Stones. There's a lot of people very curious on the Kiss Psycho Circus list. I'm sure they'd like to know before they buy anything else if they got one. I got 10 random copies. I got 10 random copies in, and these went to the first 10 people that was on the waiting list the original night we showed it. So I think y'all remember the first night we showed Psycho Circus. The first night we showed it, we showed it. We sold 10 copies, and then I had a waiting list. Here's the next 10 people that was on that waiting list. Sean Druin, James Bragg, Jamie Butler, Stephen Young, Mark Fallon, Darren Wortman, Ken Crooker, Joe Hawkins, and then Lily McCurry wanted 2 of them. And that was Kiss Cycle Circus. That was my next 10 copies. No, it's not the lenticular cover. I think the lenticular cover will never be repressed. This is just your standard 2014 remaster. Okay. We have an offer for Bob Seger for $7. I will sell you Bob Seger for $10 if you want that, Christopher. I'll sell it to you for $10. Jane offered $12 for Venus and Mars. Go ahead and sell this to Jane for $12. So, Jake, I'm going to be giving you a lot of people's names and a lot of titles and a lot of prices. So, sell that to Jane for $12. Peter, Bob Seger's already sold. Jimmy Jonas is in on Led Zeppelin for $65. Final call. Mark Lynn has the Rolling Stones for $45. Final call. Christopher says he will take Bob Seger for $10. That's sold to him for $10. These are at 65 and 45. Final call. Linda Lewis, Lark. Linda Lewis is EX condition, $21.99. Linda Lewis. Peter, you were second on Bob Seger. Quicksilver, Just for Love. This has their hit song Fresh Air. EX condition, $16.99. Gordon Lightfoot, Old Dan's Records. Gordon Lightfoot's VG Plus, $11.99. Kenny Bell is in on Led Zeppelin at $70. Elton John, Captain Fantastic and the Brown Dirt Cowboy. It has the books and the poster, EX $29.99. There is a note that there's some tape. I think the inserts have some tape on them. I think they tape the spines, maybe to keep the binding. Or no, the poster has some tape on it. Looks like maybe where somebody had it mounted somehow. Not for sure. And yeah, there's some tape on the spines. Keep in mind, these are all buy it now best offer. We are here to sell records. We collect records. I'm a record collector. Almost everybody that works here collects records. But if I'm showing records, these are for sale, and I would love to send them to you. So don't ever hesitate to make offers. Yes, $26.99 to Nathan Myers, yes. The Cycle Circuses were $49.99. $49.99. That's everybody who got one tonight. There's still a list this long. I wish I had 50 come in because I could sell 50, 70, 100 of them probably pretty quick for $50. I've got just those 10, and hopefully more is on the way. I think there is a sealed lenticular cover in that Kiss collection. We'll auction it whenever it comes up available. Jetstream offered $20 for Elton John. Sold. No Japanese Aerosmith. Bob Seger, Stranger in Town, VG Plus, $16.99. Here's what I'm going to do, though. I don't have anything really ready from the Pittsburgh collection. I have 2 crates behind the counter. I'm probably going to auction some stuff from the Pittsburgh, autographs, bootlegs, imports, but I may have to figure out what I have like while I'm showing it. I haven't got to like tag anything and do a lot of research, so we'll do those in just a second. I've already sold Elton for $20. Jack Hewitt offered $24. I've already sold it for $20. Led Zeppelin's at $73. Jetstream offered $12 for Seger. Go ahead and sell that to Jetstream for $12. Christopher, you're second. Kenny's back in on Led Zeppelin at $75. There were no other bids on the Stones, so sell that to Mark Lent for $45. I'm put up another auction in just a second. Justin Hayward and John Lodge, Blue Jays. VG Plus condition, $11.99. It does have the lyric insert with it. That is $11.99. Led Zeppelin's now at $78. Head East, a different kind of crazy. Head East is in VG condition. Also a VG cover. Looks like there's some tape on it there. $9.99. This is a gigantic box set of something. Airplay from Promotion Library for Sales and Programming. This is a VG copy, $24.99. 10 LPs between VG and Near Mint Minus. Wow, Airplay Promotion Library. I remember looking at this, but I really can't remember what it was, but it's $24.99. I'm going to leave that out of the crate so we have a little extra room in here. Jetstream gets Lodge for $9. Kenny Bell's at $80 on Led Zeppelin. Patrick Simmons, Arcade. Patrick Simmons is in EX condition, $9.99. Quicksilver, VG Plus, $11.99 for Quicksilver. That one's called Shady Grove, VG Plus, $11.99. Jackson Brown, Hold Out. VG Plus $14.99 for Jackson Brown, Hold Out. VG Plus $14.99. Procol Harum, Broken Barricades, VG Plus $14.99. And The Who, Meaty Beaty Big and Bouncy. This is on the original Decca label, and it's VG for $12.99. VG $12.99. Tarzan soundtrack is still available, yes. Also, we have 222 people watching at the moment. Thanks everybody for tuning in. We've got a lot of stuff to sell and auction tonight, and mostly on-sale vintage. We got a lot of auctions we're going to go through, and Tomorrow, we're going to have even more new stuff. I got some more new vinyl. By the way, let me remind you of a Megadeth. I'm really surprised we didn't sell out of this. Let me grab it and make sure everybody knows that these came in this week. This is Megadeth, a new restock of Killing Is My Business. If you missed that, this was the very first record I showed at 7:20 when we went live. This is Megadeth, Killing Is My Business. If anybody wants one, I think I've got 8 copies left for $36.99. Megadeth is $36.99. We have Elton, let's see here. Let me make sure where I was at. Led Zeppelin's at 80. Jimmy Jonas Out's the final call on that. A few songs on the box set. Give me 1 second on that. Jetstream wants The Who. That's sold to Jetstream. Kevin Moore was second. And Ron Duffield wants Killing Is My Business. He wants a new and sealed Megadeth. And that's a final call on Led Zeppelin 4. Our next auction is going to be Billy Joel, The Stranger. Very nice Japanese pressing of Billy Joel's classic album. $35 start. The vinyl is near mint minus and pristine. There's the original anti-static that originally came with it. There's the 2-page Japanese insert and a very nice cover. Billy Joel, The Stranger. $35 start on that. Okay, I'm about to sell Led Zeppelin to 80 for 80 to Kenny Bell. Final call. Poco, Indian Summer, EX condition, $9.99. Magic Christian Music by Badfinger, VG Plus on this, $24.99. Magic Christian Music, VG Plus, $24.99. Red Rose Speedway, Paul McCartney. That's a VG copy for $16.99. Red Rose Speedway, VG, $16.99. Gatefold. If you're just hopping on, these are all buy it now best offer. Lowell George. Oh no, it's Lowell. VG Plus, $16.99. Lowell George. Dust Bowl, Clementine. That's EX $12.99. It's a white label promo, EX $12.99. And the golden hits of the Shangri-Las, including Leader of the Pack. That's EX $29.99. EX $29.99. The golden hits of the Shangri-Las. All right, let's sell Kenny Bell. Led Zeppelin for $80. Billy Joel is now on a final call. Jimmy Jonas has that for $35. That's a final call. Jimmy Jonas has bid $35 on that. It's a final call. We have a collection of Beatles oldies. I was about to say Obi. It's on the Apple Obi. A collection of Beatles oldies. This is a $45 start. The vinyl is near mint and pristine. Japanese vinyl. This has the Japanese insert with it with the lyrics. There's the original black Apple inner sleeve. And this is a Beatles hits compilation. And there is a one little chip right up here in the Obi and the cover. Other than that, really, really nice. And that's a $45 start. $45 start on that. Box set. Michael Manning asked about this box set. Airplay from Promotion Library for Sales and Programming. I don't know. It's on Pepper Tanner. The Boating Regatta Extrasensory Perception. Good Guys Bingo. Radio Does Color. The Sound Memory Quiz. The Balloon Buster Contest, the Sound Memory Quiz, Merry Music Promos, the Supremes Fun Test, the Kissing Contest. Looks like some kind of, I don't know, sensory? I have no idea. $24.99. Okay, Jimmy Jonas has also bid $45 on the Beatles. Jimmy, if you could just put a numerical after that title, that way we actually, and everybody else watching knows that you're bidding. Otherwise, we think maybe you're trying to claim it, and it is an auction. But you do have high bids on both of them right now. We have the best of Procol Harum, Whiter Shade of Pale, VG copy, $9.99. The best of Procol Harum, VG, $9.99. Songs About Zorro, this is VG Plus, $14.99. Songs About Zorro on the official Mickey Mouse Club label, VG Plus $14.99. Yes, we needed to pull Tarzan for Jamie Butler. Let me do that right now. First, we have Jimi Hendrix, Are You Experienced? $24.99. That's 180 gram, near mint. That's a QRP pressing. Here's Tarzan. Let me pull that for Jamie Butler. Also need to mute my mic for 1 second while I take a drink of Diet Mountain Dew. Alrighty, so there was a Paul McCartney claim evidently I missed. John Porter wanted Paul McCartney. John Porter got Paul McCartney. So Jamie Butler got Tarzan. Jamie, that's pulled for you. John Porter got Paul McCartney. Next was Christopher Bruscia on Zorro. There's Jimi Hendrix, and I think these are both sold to Jimmy Jonas. He gets The Stranger for $35, and Jimmy Jonas gets the collection of Beatles oldies for $45. John Porter says he wants Procol Harum, not Paul McCartney. Aha, I see what I done. You put PH, not PM. Procol Harum. I'm going to swap those out, Jake. I'll keep them all in the same order. Paul McCartney is still available. That is Red Rose Speedway. Red Rose Speedway was a VG copy for $16.99. $16.99. Outside looking in, the Tangerine Room. This is in poor condition. I repeat, poor condition. $24.99. This is a rare psych record. The Tangerine Zoo. I think I've sold one of these before for $179.99, and that's $24.99. James Bragg says we can pass the next name down. Jimmy Jonas got both of those, 35 and 45. 35 and 45. I will put your name down the list, or I'll take you off the list, James. Thank you for letting me know. Thank you for letting me know. So James Bragg, he's up here. So whoever was 11th will get one. Let me actually go look right quick, because there's, I'm sure, some people curious. Let me go see who was number 11 on that list. The name number 11 was, let me search Circus right quick in my spreadsheet. Name number 11 was Gary Samuels. Gary Samuels. So you'll get Psycho Circus. You're the next person in line. Psycho Circus. Okay. We have Nick Bargeron wants Paul McCartney. Let me make sure that Christopher Bruscia doesn't want it. Christopher, if you don't want it, it looks like Nick Bargeron does. So let me know if you want that for $16.99. If you pass, then it's sold to Nick Bargeron. We're going to sell Jack Hewitt, Jimi Hendrix for $20. And we had a third offer on Paul. He's already sold. Fred Carnell Zoo is in poor condition. It's about the worst you can get. It's about the worst you can get. $24.99. It's a rare psych record. It's still playable, Paul said. It's still playable, but it's in poor condition. Next auction is Paul McCartney, and we have the Eagles, the long run. 2 more Japanese auctions. So Paul McCartney is sold for to Christopher Bruscia for $16.99 sticker price, and then Jack Hewitt got Jimi Hendrix for $20. As you see, I'm always talking ahead when I'm in fast record selling mode. My mind is on the next word before I can spit out the word that I'm trying to say. So sometimes I'll say that's sold to Paul McCartney because I'm literally holding a Paul McCartney record thinking about what I'm about to say to y'all next. I apologize for my many social blunders. It happens. It's what happens when you drink a lot of Diet Mountain Dew in one day. That's currently my next drink. You know, I was on Monsters, Bangs, Reigns, caffeine mixtures, cherry limeades. I guess now it's Diet Mountain Dew. Paul McCartney is a $35 start and not enough sleep. Yes, I literally took a couple-hour nap earlier, and that's about all I've got since I was here live last night. Paul McCartney is a $35 start. This is Tug of War. Beautiful copy. Japanese pressing, $35 start. Tug of War. That is now up for bid. We have Eagles, the long run. This is a $45 start. This is a $45 start. Eagles, the long run. You know what? Let's make this a $35 start too. They're both $35 starts. This has some foxing on, it looks like the inner sleeve or the insert. Yes, it has a little bit of foxing. Very odd. It's because it's glossy. Usually they don't happen to glossy. The insert and the gatefold's nice. $35 start on that. Nick, you were second on Paul McCartney. No, you do not get it. You were second on that. Okay, so Paul McCartney has a bid for $35. The Eagles is a $35 start. Jimi Hendrix, Axis, Bold as Love, 76 press, and this album originally came out in '68. This is $29.99. VG Plus, $29.99. Jimi Hendrix, Axis, Bold as Love, VG Plus, $29.99. We have Spirit, Randy California, and Ed Cassidy. Spirit of 76, that's in VG condition, $9.99. The World's Last Private Citizen, Barry McGuire. Barry McGuire, he's known for Eve of Destruction. It's on here. Eve of Destruction. VG Plus, $9.99. Barry McGuire. Next is Papa Xanax before the show. Chase Arnold on Jimi Hendrix. That's sold to Chase Arnold. We're going to sell 4 sticker. We're going to sell Jetstream Spirit for $8. And final call on Paul McCartney for $35. And final call if you want to bid on the Eagles. The Real Thing, Taj Mahal, VG Plus, $21.99. The Real Thing, Taj Mahal, VG Plus. How did that not sell the first time around? It's available now, $21.99. James Marshall, Ladyland in Flames. How is this still available? It's a bootleg, $29.99. This should be put up for auction. This is in VG condition. VG condition, VG, on both discs on Jimi Hendrix, $29.99. My friend is a pharmacist. Yes, he is. My friend is a pharmacist. Let me show one more before I go grab a crate of new auctions. Bo Diddley is VG for $19.99. It does have some cover damage. It's a 61 mono. That is a 1961 mono pressing. The vinyls in VG, usually these old Bo Diddley records, usually still play very well. This is in VG condition, if I can get it back in its sleeve. And there is some cover damage, $19.99. All right, let me go over here and grab, go just grab a crate of unprocessed stuff from Pittsburgh Collection. There might be some stuff I'm willing to auction. There might be some stuff that I'm like, we better wait on that, especially if it's some kind of odd-looking import or something. But if anything, I'm going to definitely keep y'all on the edge, because if I say new stuff from Pittsburgh, that's always a cool sign. I know for sure, I was looking at this the other night, and I thought it was so cool. So this is how I find stuff just like this from the Pittsburgh Collection. So the guy wrote a lot on his jackets, not actually on the jackets, on the sleeves, I should say. So when we're flipping through a whole crate of David Bowie, I recognize a record that I actually know, and this is David Bowie's Stage. But then I noticed that it has a gigantic sticker that says colored vinyl, and that was very popular in Holland. And this is David Bowie's Stage, and it's on yellow vinyl. That's extremely nice, too. All of his records are so nice as well. Before I put that up, let me go ahead and end some auctions. That's already sold. First, we have Kevin Moore wanted Taj Mahal for $15. That's sold to Kevin Moore for $15. Kevin, that's yours. Next was Joe Willinger on the Jimi Hendrix. That's sold to Joe Willinger. Mark Lent, you were second. And just so you know, my last name is pronounced Broughton. Christopher Broughton. I will try my best with that. Christopher Brusher wants Bo Diddley. And let's go ahead and end these auctions. We have Paul McCartney sold for $35 to Christopher Morris. And if anybody wants the Eagles, it's a $35 buy it now. This is a $35 buy it now on Eagles, and that's sold to Steve Botsford. So that auction's done. I'm about to start pulling some random stuff, unprocessed and unadvertised records from the Pittsburgh Collection. I hope y'all are ready. Stephen Botsford gets that for $35. Tom Ionowski's next. This is David Bowie's Stage. It's in shrink wrap. It's a gatefold in shrink wrap. So nice shrink wrap on it, except for a little tear right here. Let me see what else is in it. 2 LPs, of course. Looks like very nice yellow colored vinyl from Holland. And that is, of course, a vintage press. And that's probably from around 78 or 79. Seeing if it has anything else extra in it. I don't think it does. Just 2 generic inner sleeves. How about a $45 start? Colored vinyl, 1978 David Bowie Holland press. That's a $45 start. $45 start for David Bowie's Stage. That's up for bid. Our next Japanese record out of the Japanese box is going to be, what is this? Bob Dylan. Interesting. We got this from one of our Japanese dealers. This is Bob Dylan gift pack series. This is one disc is near mint minus, one disc is VG plus. This is from Japan. It looks like a Bob Dylan hits compilation. It's going to be a $25 start. Just a $25 start. Looks like a hits comp. Blown in the Wind, Times They Are Changing, Chimes of Freedom, Just Like a Woman, Rainy Day Women, I'm skipping around, Lay Lady Lay, Nashville Sky, Like a Rolling Stone, Wigwam, Watching the River Flow. What's on this side? Mr. Tambourine Man, Highway 61. Yeah, Bob Dylan. So that's up for bid. This is called Gift Pack Series. Looks like it's a 2 LP box. And I was about to say, surely there's another book or something with it. There's the inner sleeves. And here is a Japanese insert book. Looks like it has pictures. Most of it's in Japanese. It's also in English. It's in Japanese and English. And that's now up for bid. We're at 25, now 30. David Bowie's at 45. So there's our next 2 auctions. There's our next 2 auctions. Do you have any fish? I do. Give me a little bit more time and I can show you some of our fish titles. I know I have Fuego and I know I have something else. A couple new releases. Okay, we hadn't shown a record in the bin in a while. Let's get back to it. These are all buy it now, best offer. These are all buy it now, best offer. We got 2 auctions going on, one from Japan and one from the Pittsburgh collection. Wow, Pink Floyd, The Wall, EX condition, $52.99. EX condition. This is a 79 pressing. The cover is how you normally find them, with some wear on them because they were white. $52.99. $52.99. Pink Floyd, The Wall. Spirit Feedback. This is EX condition, $12.99. Yellow Epic label, Spirit Feedback. Rare Earth in Concert. This is a VG copy. It is a Canadian press, $11.99 with the backpack cover. Rare Earth, VG, $11.99. Roxy Music is in VG condition, $14.99. Roxy Music, VG, $14.99. John Porter wants Rare Earth. The David Bowie on yellow vinyl is a final call for $45. Final call. That's on yellow vinyl, 1978. David Bowie stage. That's from the Pittsburgh collection. Final call on that. We have Bob Dylan, 25, 30, 35. I do not have Cold Spring Harbor. Dylan's at 45, and Jimmy, you're at 48 on Dylan. Actually, high bid right now is you. Yeah, 48. Jetstream, you were second on Rare Earth. Uriah Heep, Salisbury. Uriah Heep is VG Plus, $14.99. UK, Danger Money. UK is EX condition, $14.99. UK, Danger Money. EX on the vinyl, $14.99. These are all buy it now, best offer. Final call on David Bowie. John Lennon, Plastic Ono Band, VG minus, $14.99. That is on the Apple label, VG minus. Tom's back in on Dylan at 50. Jackson 5 Greatest Hits is in VG condition, $12.99. That is the Jackson 5's Greatest Hits, $12.99. The vinyl is in VG. Billy Joel, 52nd Street, also VG, $11.99. Billy Joel, 52nd Street. Bob Dylan's back in at 52. Christopher Broughton wants Jackson 5 for $10. We're going to sell him the Jackson 5 for $10. Christopher Morris wants the John Lennon. And let's go ahead and sell the David Bowie to Jimmy Jonas. He gets that for one bid at $45. That's sold to Jimmy Jonas for $45. Let me see what else I got over here in this crate. I also think I have some Japanese stuff over here I never got to. Let's see here. Should we dare put up an Aerosmith boot? Actually, we had one of these Pretenders records last night. Here's the last one I have. I think we've had 3 in the last 3 sales. This is the last one I have, and it's a promo copy. And I remember looking at this one too. It's very nice. This is the Pretenders, and this is the singles. We had a lot of people bidding on the last one. This is actually a gold stamp promo. Here's the sleeve for it. Dale, the original owner of this records, he put exceptionally clean. He had all these stickers made that said exceptionally clean. And it is. This is a promo copy. The label's not a promo. Let's start this at $35. I think there was about 14 bidders on the one last night. This looks like a promo SRC pressing. It has the original inner sleeve. And I don't have to say it again, but I will. Fantastic music by the Pretenders. This is the singles collection, $35 start. That's now up for bid. That's another really nice one. There's one sticker on here. There's one sticker. I have not tried to take that off. And we had one of those last night for auction. By the way, back up to the top, we sold Jackson 5. We sold Dylan. Bob Dylan, or we sold Lennon. Bob Dylan's at 55. The Pretenders is at 35. So 55 and 35 on these. Gimme Shelter, the Rolling Stones, $39.99. No condition notes on this. Gimme Shelter, the Rolling Stones. It looks like we need to put it in a new... Yeah, this inner sleeve has been destroyed. Let's see here. Very nice vinyl. That's a UK copy. That's called Gimme Shelter. And that is $39.99. We have already sold David Bowie. It sold for one bid, $45. There's Gimme Shelter. That's a UK copy. UK release of that album, $39.99. These are all buy it now, best offer. Jerry Stone's at 36 on the Pretenders. Final call. Jimmy Jonas out on the Bob Dylan box. So Tom has that for $55. Final call. Donovan, Essence to Essence is sealed. Sealed Donovan. No saw marks and no punch holes either. $31.99. We also have B.B. King. There Must Be a Better World Somewhere. B.B. King is VG Plus condition, $18.99. There Must Be a Better World Somewhere. VG Plus condition, $18.99. His Best, the Electric B.B. King. That's VG Plus, $19.99. And Lucille B.B. King. The last 3 records are all B.B. King. That's VG Plus, $29.99. Jerry's at 36 on the Pretenders. I think the one last night brought 55 or 60, I'm pretty sure. Jerry Stone's at 36. Clay Moore has bid 37. Hendry Smeek wants G. I don't know if that was a claim or maybe he was saying G. I wanted a bid on it. Sarah, you're first to BB King. Let me know which one you want. We have There Must Be a Better World Somewhere, His Best, and Lucille. And Sarah's got first dibs. Those were $18, $19, and $29.99. Sarah's first. Next was Jerry Stone at 40 on the Pretenders. Corey made an offer. So did Jetstream. The Pretenders is at 39. Chase has made an offer. Christopher's made an offer. And Sarah Long wants Lucille and Better World. So Lucille and Better World. All right, there was a lot of confusion there on BBC. So let me just restart. The next comment, if you want BB King, you have to put His Best if you want to claim it for $19.99, or if you want to make an offer. This is the electric BB King, His Best, and that is VG plus $19.99. So all prior comments do not count. If anybody wants that, it's now first come, first serve. Let's sell the Bob Dylan box set. Bob Dylan box set is sold to Tom Ulanowski for $55. That's sold to Tom Ulanowski for $55. Okay, now, back up to the top, we had the Pretenders at 36, 37, 40, 42, 47, 45, 47, and we have two people interested in this BB King for $15, and Corey Gaston was first. These two BB Kings are sold to Sarah Long. She got both of those as sticker. This is sold to Corey Gaston at $15. Patty K, you were second. High bid on the Pretenders is $47 with Jerry Stone. $47 with Jerry Stone. Okay, let me do some house cleaning over here. I've got sticky notes everywhere where we had all these putbacks. They're all over the floor, all over crates. Tanner's going to walk in here in a minute and be like, what the heck has happened here? Me and Jake tonight, I don't know where Tanner's at. He said, I'm going to have to, something's come up, I'm going to be late. And so I was like, okay, he must be getting ready for his bachelor trip that starts at 6 a.m. I'm going to be up for a long time. I was like, oh my gosh, I've barely got any sleep, and we're leaving for the airport at 6 a.m. That's like what time I'm like full mode here at the store. So my normal routines of working here at night is cut short since we're leaving for this trip to Florida. So kind of throws me off. I'm like, oh great, another vacation. I don't like leaving this store. I like being here. Everybody's probably like, okay, that's a little crazy, Chad. It's true, though. I don't feel like I'm working when I'm doing this. This is literally me at work, though, right now. Okay, Cat Stevens, T for the Tillerman. This is from the Pittsburgh collection. I just pulled this out of the bin. This is a half-speed master, Mobile Fidelity Sound Lab, which I think is half-speed mastered. This is from MFSL, MoFi, Mobile Fidelity Sound Lab. This is going to be just a $25 start. It looks like it's about EX on the vinyl, and this is a MoFi pressing of T for the Tillerman. I have not really got to clean it. I will definitely set this one aside and clean it, but this is a $25 start. $25 start. That's T for the Tillerman, Cat Stevens. The Pretenders is now at $50 with Jerry Stone. T for the Tillerman, that's a MoFi pressing. I'll clean that, and I'll put it in new sleeves, and put it in a new outer sleeve too, of course. Okay. Pretenders is at 50. Let me do a quick recap on this bin. I'm just going to read titles. These are all buy it now, best offer. Kara's at 25 on Cat Stevens. We're in Florida. I really don't know where our first stop is, but I know we're going to the Florida game on Saturday. So we'll be somewhere around Gainesville for sure. We're going to the Tennessee-Florida game on Saturday. Quicksilver Messenger Service. Marblehead Messenger C-Train. 10 Years After, Space and Time. Phil Keegi. Linda Lewis. Quicksilver, Gordon Lightfoot, Head East, Patrick Simmons, Quicksilver, Jackson Brown, Procol Harum, Poco Indian Summer, Badfinger, Llewell George, Dust Bowl, Shangri-La's, The Tangerine Zoo, Barry McGuire, The Wall, Pink Floyd, Spirit, Feedback, Roxy Music, Uriah Heep, UK, Billy Joel, The Rolling Stones, and Donovan. That's all that is left in that bin. If you want to make any offers, let me know. Jerry Stone has the Pretenders going once, going twice. Cat Stevens is 25, 25, 27, 30, 31. And Jane offered 15 for the Shangri-La's. Sell that to Jane for $15. We have price on the wall, EX condition, $52.99. EX condition, $52.99 on that. Cat Stevens is at 31. Can I see the label on Roxy Music? You sure can. That was right in here, Roxy Music, and that was self-titled. It is in VG condition for $14.99. VG condition $14.99. Lance is at 37 on Cat Stevens. I'm about to sell the Pretenders. I think everybody that was bidding has said, Al, Jerry Stone has that for $50. Jerry Stone has that for $50. We have, if anybody wants to make an offer on here, let me know. Chris B. Jack said he'd give 12 for Rock's Music. Sold. And Jetstream 5 and 5. I don't like $5 offers. I like stuff like 7 and 8. What do we have on Lowell? So I'm going to pass on those Jetstream, and Benton offered 25 for the Rolling Stones. Benton, I will sell that to you for $30. That's $10 off if you want it. $30 on the Rolling Stones, give me shelter. I'm just going to leave it right here in the front of the crate. All right, the Pretenders are sold to Jerry Stone. He's probably like, finally, I finally got one. That's sold to Jerry Stone for $50. High bid on Cat Stevens is $37. That's now going once, going twice. I got another MoFi title. I have Al Stewart, Year of the Cat. MoFi pressing. I've got some more MoFi stuff over here from the Pittsburgh collection. Not counting all of the other stuff that we got from the Bond trip. This one looks extremely nice. Year of the Cat, Mobile Fidelity. This one is near mint minus and pristine. Near mint minus and pristine. We clean every record before we sell them, except these right here because I'm pulling them straight out of a crate. Yes, we clean, either hand clean or ultrasonically clean every record. We put them in new sleeves, inside sleeves if they need it, and outside sleeves. Oh, this has some cover damage. This has some cover damage. Let me denote that right off the bat. The vinyl's beautiful. The jacket does have some cover damage. $25 start on that. $25 start on Al Stewart. Spirit and Lowell, $8. I like that a lot better. I like that a lot better. So there's Spirit. Sell that to Jetstream for $8, Jake. And let's sell him. I love selling Luau here because I do not like his name. That's a very odd name in my opinion. Sorry if that's your name or somebody in your family's name. Final call on Cat Stevens. That's sold to, or final call, that's about to be sold to Lance Dowdy for $37. And this is a very nice copy minus the cover of Year of the Cat. Just a $25 start. $25 start. Badfinger, Magic Christian Music. Badfinger was VG Plus condition, $24.99. Low like bowl. Lowell. Whew. Son, your name is Lowell. I'd be like, what in the world? Cat Stevens is at $38, and Al Stewart, we're looking for a $25 start on that. So, the wall is still available without even an offer. And then Benton Bragg, let me know if you want that for $30. How could you say no, Benton? How could you say no to that? We got some more Japanese auctions over here, and more MoFi, and more other stuff. First, we have, I think, did I put this up the other night? I may have. If so, we're going to try it one more time. This time for just a $25 start. This is John Denver's Greatest Hits. $25 Greatest Hits. Al Stewart, no bid. Let's make this a $25 buy it now. MoFi pressing. Al Stewart, Year of the Cat. $25 buy it now. That's a great deal, even with the cover damage. The vinyl's near mint minus. And John Denver is going to be a $25 start. This is John Denver's Greatest Hits. The vinyl is near mint minus and pristine. John Denver's Greatest Hits. There's the LP. There is the original inner sleeve and insert. There's the cover and obi. John Denver's Greatest Hits. $25 start. $25 start. Let me lay that right over here. Let's go back up to the top. Mark Shelton is a new bidder on Cat Stevens. Who was at 37? Lance Dowdy. Lance, you're now back out because Mark's at 38 on the Cat Stevens. And Mike Kennedy bid 25. We're at 38 on Cat Stevens. Al Stewart, or maybe he meant Year of the Cat. Yes, Year of the Cat. Sell that to Mike Kennedy for $25. John Denver's Greatest Hits. Okay, let me find a crate. I was looking at a crate right down here. I see a crate with Neil Young in the front of it, and I see another crate with Neil Young in the front of it. Let's see what these are. This actually may be flip crates that I made and never did show because they have sticky notes in them. Those may be flip crates I made and never did show. But let's go through this crate first, the one that I said had Dylan on the front of it, or Neil Young. Same thing, Dylan and Neil Young. Okay, Lance Dowdy is out, so could you reassemble my tower there? I've messed up my tower. Tanner's here. Welcome, Tanner. Jake's probably like, thank goodness. It's been a heated night. I'm going to mute my mic for 1 second so I can have some Diet Mountain Dew. All righty, I'm back. So much vinyl. It never stops, trust me. Okay, Cat Stevens is sold. We're going to move some of these very fast. Cat Stevens is sold to Mark Shelton for $38. No bid on John Denver, Greatest Hits, Japanese pressing. $25 buy it now if anybody wants it. I've got another George Harrison All Things Must Pass box set. Another one. We auctioned one off earlier for like over, what was it, 110? If you missed out on this one, here's another one. This one has all 3 LPs. No poster, though. No poster. Let me make sure it's on the Apple label. We have no condition notes. This is the reissue. This is on the Orange Capital label. This is on the Orange Capital label. We're going to start this one at $55. This is very nice, though. Look at the vinyl. Near mint minus on the vinyl. There's the original hop sticker. Someone stuck it on the inside of the box. That was the original hop sticker that would have been on the shrink wrap. George Harrison, still extremely nice. It's just not the OG, no poster. We sold one earlier. That one's a $55 start. That was pressed sometime in the late 70s. That album originally came out in 1970. I believe 70 is when that originally came out. All righty, what else have we got over here? Another MoFi title, or do we? Yeah, I got another Al Stewart. This is Time Passages. Another Al Stewart, Time Passages. We got to get the love up for Al Stewart. Al Stewart, great musician, great songwriter. And I don't think we got to get his fan base growing and a whole lot of records here at Colecco. This is another really nice copy. Now this one doesn't have any cover damage. The vinyl's in there mint. I have to have a $35 start on that. So $35 and $55 on George Harrison. Brandon Jackson got the John Denver for a $25 buy it now. Everything in this bin is going to be buy it now best offer. ABBA is actually a Japanese pressing. It's a 2LP Essentials. ABBA's Greatest Hits, $49.99. These are all buy it now best offer. ABBA is a Japanese pressing, $49.99. Uriah Heep, Firefly. Uriah Heep is $19.99 for Firefly. Very, very nice copy. Roger Ramjet's at $35 on Al Stewart. Looking for a $45 start on George Harrison. Seals and Croft, Sudan Village. What am I trying to say? Seals and Croft, that's $9.99. These are all buy it now best offer. Poco from the inside. Poco is $9.99. Yellow Epic label. Also, David T. Walker. That's in shrink wrap, $29.99. David T. Walker. That's on the old label. Both auctions have bid, $35 and $45, going once, going twice. Dionne Warwick's Greatest Hits. Dionne Warwick is $9.99. Jim Croce's Greatest Hits, $12.99. Jim Croce's Greatest Hits has the original inner sleeve. A little bit of cover damage here. And a little bit up there, $12.99. Corey Gaston says he'll take the Jim Croce. That's sold to Corey. Tempted, Water Lilies, $9.99. Tempted, Water Lilies. John Porter, we've already sold Jim Croce. Donovan, Wear Your Love Like Heaven. Donovan is $14.99. Wear Your Love Like Heaven, $14.99. And Daz Band, Keep It Live. Daz Band's in shrink wrap, $14.99. Cat Stevens, Buddha in the Chocolate Box. Cat Stevens is a quadraphonic press, $24.99. Okay, well, I was about to sell Al Stewart, but we just had another bid, but it's the same bid. Roger Ramjet is at $35 on Al Stewart. And Mike Kennedy. Actually, Jimmy Jonas, I'm pretty sure I said $55 on George Harrison. I did. I'm pretty sure I said $55 on George Harrison. Correct me if I'm wrong, everybody. Pretty sure I said $55. I see where you bid $45. If you want to bid $55, I'm going to go ahead and sell it to you. I thought where you bid, but I'm just now seeing it was $45. So, Jimmy, if you want that for $55, I'm going to go ahead and sell it to you. And that's literally half of what it sold for just a moment ago. We just sold one for $110. Of course, it was the OG press with poster. But if you want it for $55, I'll go ahead and end it and sell it to you. Jackie Wilson, You Got Me Walking. Jackie Wilson is $19.99. Sell Henry's Choice to Cat Stevens for $18. Jimmy says he's in at $55. Okay, now Mike Kennedy, let me know if you want to bid more than $35 on Al Stewart. If not, because Roger Ramjet has it already for $35. He's bidding on YouTube. Cat Stevens is sold to Henry's Choice for $18. Neil Young, Hawks and Doves, $19.99. These are all buy it now best offer, and these are very, very nice records in this bin so far. That is $19.99. That is a great deal on All Things Must Pass. We literally just sold another one for $110. I guess all the other bidders have fell asleep that was on the first one. Our next auction is going to be a Japanese pressing of Bob Seger, The Distance. Bob Seger, The Distance. This is a Japanese pressing. It's going to be a $35 start, and it has the Obi. I will say, I guess, best of my memory, we don't see a lot of Japanese Bob Seger, but this one's very nice. That is near mint minus and pristine. There's the solicitation form. There's the Japanese insert, Bob Seger, and cover and Obi. $35 on that. $35 on that. Edward Star Wars says he'll take the Uriah Heep from earlier. That's so to Edward Star Wars. Jetstream wanted the Neil, but he says he's going to actually pass. Mike Kennedy bid 36 on Al Stewart. Roger Ramjet right back in at 40. That's now going once, going twice. And Seeger's a $35 start. The Beatles, Silver Beatles Volume 2, $19.99. These are all buy it now, best offer. We have Walter Egan, The Lost Stroll. Walter Egan's $9.99. Neil Young Trans, another Neil Young, also has the original inner sleeve. $19.99 on Neil Young Trans. Bohannon, Cut Loose, $12.99. Mike's out on Al Stewart. That means that's sold to Roger Ramjet for $40. That's sold to Roger Ramjet for $40. We have Jackson Brown, Lives in the Balance. $14.99 for Jackson Brown, Lives in the Balance. And Spirit Clear. Spirit is $24.99. We also have Harry Belafonte at the Greek Theater, $19.99. That was sold for $55 to Jimmy Jonas. If anybody wants Bob Seger, it's a $35 buy now. Bob Seger and the Silver Bullet Band, The Distance. That's a $35 buy now if anybody wants it. The Iron Man, the musical by Pete Townsend, shrink wrap and hop sticker. That's a $19.89 pressing with the booklet, $19.99. We're going to sell Christopher Morris, the Silver Beatles, for $12. That's sold to Christopher Morris. Uriah Heep, Wonder World. Uriah Heep, Wonder World. It has the original inner sleeve, $19.99 for Uriah Heep, Wonder World. Outside Inside the Tubes, $19.99. Outside Inside, and Joe Walsh, So What? Joe Walsh is $19.99. It has the original inner sleeve. Joe Walsh, So What? $19.99. Clip corner on at the top. Genesis, and then there were three. Genesis, and then there were three. $24.99. Genesis, and then there were three. Mark Shelton wants the Seeger for $35. That's sold to Mark Shelton for $35. All right, let me look through the Pittsburgh crate over here. There's a lot of David Bowies. Like I said, should I dare put up maybe another Aerosmith boot? What else do we have in here? So we have an entire bin of... I'm going to have to go get the other one. I can't sell this autograph without authentication, or that one. I don't want to sell that one without knowing what show it is. I guess I've reached the point I got to find a new crate. Let me go to the back or over here behind the counter. But first, here's the John Prine. I was looking at this. We can go ahead and run this. This is John Prine. This is his self-titled debut album. This was from the Pittsburgh collection. This has the original inner sleeve. Very clean copy. Very, very nice copy of John Prine, self-titled. It has the original inner sleeve. 1971, $25 start, John Prine. Very, very nice copy of John Prine's self-titled debut album. John Prine is now up for bid. Let me just go ahead and pull out something new from the Japanese bin. We have 38 Special. 38 Special is a $35 start. This is 38 Special, Strength in Numbers. $35 start, $35 start. The metal will be next week. Metal and Kiss collection and more autographs and stuff like that will be next week for sure. 38 Specials, a $35 start. Strength in Numbers, die cut cover with Obi, $35 start. We have Peter Gabriel. This is the Melt album. Looks like it's a foreign pressing, a German pressing, $34.99. Canadian, it's French. Canadian, $34.99. Next is Wolves Council put JP27. What was JP? That's John Prine. Wolves Council's at 27. Did someone bid 25? I guess not. Wolves is at 27, and Roger Ramjet's at 25. So 25 and 27 on John Prine. Looking for 35 on 38 Special. Moby Grape. Moby Grape is $29.99. His middle finger has been edited out. This is on the second label. This is Moby Grape, $29.99. Going once, going twice on John Prine for $27. Outlaws, Soldiers of Fortune. Outlaws is $19.99. Also, Tubular Bells, Mike Oldfield. This is also known as the Exorcist soundtrack. Mike Oldfield's $14.99. Roger Ramjet's at $30 on John Prine. Still bidding on that one. Nice looking copy here of Jethro Tull Benefit. Original green chrysalis label as well. $19.99. Jethro Tull Benefit and Jethro Tull Too Old to Rock and Roll, Too Young to Die, also on the original label. That tool is also $19.99. Jetstream says 10 on Tubular Bells. Sell that to Jetstream for 10. Wolves Council's at 34. If anybody wants 38 Special, It's a $35 buy it now. Strength in numbers. No bid, $35 buy it now. High bid on John Prine just hit 34. Exceptionally clean copy is what Dale wrote on it, and it is. It's a very, very nice copy of John Prine. High bid is $34. Three-man army, Three-man army, $24.99. Did somebody ask earlier about something? Was there a Bauhaus, or did my eyes deceive me? There was not a Bauhaus album. No, there wasn't. Orleans, Forever, $9.99 for Orleans. Laura Nero, Impressions. Laura Nero is $19.99. And all this for a song, The Guess Who, $14.99. No poster of Moby Grape. No poster of Moby Grape. Pure Prairie League, Two-Lane Highway, $14.99. Roger Ramjet's back in on John Prine at $39. Peter Frampton, Where I Should Be. Peter Frampton is $19.99. And the soundtrack to Five Easy Pieces, featuring Jack Nicholson, featuring songs by Tammy Wynette, $19.99. Jane Fink said 10 on Laura Nero. That is sold. Wolves Council's back in on John Prine at $45. Like I said, 38 special. That's the only auction not to sell so far tonight. 38 special is a $35 buy it now. $35 buy it now on that. What do we have over here? We have actually, let's see here. We had one of these last night. It only, I think it only sold one bid, so I'll try another one. Here's another one. This is Bob Weir, Heaven Help the Fool. Bob Weir, Heaven Help the Fool, white label promo. This is identical to the one we had last night. It has a clip corner, but what I was reading is all of the promos have clip corners. That's a indicator that it is a promo copy. White label, EX Plus, Near Mint Minus Vinyl. This is Bob Weir from the Grateful Dead, Heaven Help the Fool. Heaven Help the Fool, $15 start. High bid on John Prine is $54. We have Bob Weir and John Prine. Bob Weir is a $15 start. Dave Brubeck and Paul Desmond, Moods and Grooves. That's in shrink wrap, $19.99. Dave Brubeck. Status Quo is a German pressing from 1976, $24.99. It's on the UK Vertigo label. We got two bids on Bob Weir. Willie Loomis bid $15. Preston Rose bid $15. Survivor, Premonition, $24.99. Willie asked earlier about Fish. And what I've learned is Fish buyers and Grateful Dead buyers are one and the same. Jam bands. If you find a Grateful Dead fan, you'll probably find a Fish fan, and vice versa. I'm going to mute my mic for 1 second. Okay, I'm back. We have Bob Weir, 15-2017, and the Renegade Band. The Renegade Band is a 1983 private press country rock. This was privately released, EX 21.99. All right, John Prine is sold to Wolves Council for $54. Another record gone from the Pittsburgh collection. That's where Bob Weir came from. High bid on that right now is $20. And we have how much for Pure Prairie League? That was Two-Lane Highway. Pure Prairie League is $14.99. $14.99 on Pure Prairie League. Johnny Winter, the Winter of '88. Johnny Winter is in EX condition, $16.99. Johnny Winter, EX $16.99. The Pine Valley Cosmonauts salute the majesty of Bob Wills. That's a 1998 US with inserts, number 14 of 1,000. It's hand-numbered, number 14 of 1,000, VG Plus $29.99. Was that a Survivor album? We had one earlier tonight, but it's already sold. We had one earlier tonight. This is Frank Fairfield, Out on the Open West. Frank Fairfield is VG Plus $29.99. Gospel War Hoops. Looks like, yes, the Claudette Indian Family, Native American record. VG Plus $14.99. Native American album. Gospel War Hoops, the Claudette Indian Family. VG Plus $14.99. All right, Bob Weir's at a final call for $20. Let me go ahead and be getting our next auctions. We have, actually, let me try these at the same time. Sometimes we have these come in at the same time and we can do this. First, we're going to show you the condition. We have Olivia Newton-John's Greatest Hits and Olivia Newton-John's Greatest Hits Volume 2. This one, Volume 1, is Near Mint Minus and Pristine. And Volume 2, we have a note. It's VG. It has a light feeler. It has a light feeler mark on it. So Near Mint Minus and Pristine, and then Volume 2 is about VG on Japanese standards. Both of them for a $35 start. Both of those for a $35 start. Did I just show a Survivor record? Let me see here. I did. Survivor Premonition. Survivor is $24.99. My bad. Brian Case, you were correct. $24.99 on Survivor. Christopher Brusha wants the Johnny Winter. Actually, no, he put JW. He wants the Gospel War Hoops. That's sold to Christopher Brusha. Bob Weir is sold to Willie Loomis for $20. That's sold to Willie. We have Renaissance Novella. EX condition, $9.99 for Renaissance Novella. Niels Lofgren, Cry Tough. Tough Guy. What's this one called? Cry Tough, right? Cry Tough. Niels Lofgren. EX condition, $9.99. Crow by Crow, VG Plus $14.99. And Joe Cocker, Sheffield Steel, VG Plus $11.99. The Pure Prairie League was called Two Lane Highway. Here's a metal record I know nothing about, really. It's called Third Stage Alert. Third Stage Alert. I randomly found it in the back. It was a record we've had for a while. It's on Metal Blade. I don't know a lot about it, but I'll start it at $25. Metal Blade Records, Third Stage Alert, $25. The vinyl's near mint minus, and the cover's VG or VG Plus. It says produced by Yngwie Malmsteen. It's on Metal Blade, so let's start that at $25. There's a random metal record to get your fix. Yes, the Obi on Olivia Newton-John is camouflaged. It looks like it's part of the cover. Both of those are a $35 start. We have Survivor Premonition. Survivor Premonition. Premonition by Survivor, $24.99. Corey Gaston gets the Joe Cocker. We also have Yes, Close to the Edge. VG Plus condition, $14.99 on Yes, Close to the Edge. Chasen Hart says he'll give $20 for Pine Valley. Pine Valley Cosmonauts. Sell that to Tommy Flowers for $20. Evan wants the Yes album. That's sold to Evan. We have Willis Allen Ramsey. That's VG Plus $34.99 on the Shelter label. VG Plus $34.99. And Neil Young, Tonight's Tonight. EX condition. EX $44.99. It's a 1975 Terre Haute OG with the original inner sleeve. Original inner sleeve. Does the other side of that have much dead wax too on the middle? This is Third Stage Alert. There's 5 tracks on it. 5 tracks on it. That's why there's a lot of dead wax. Side 1 has 2 tracks, and side 3 has 3 tracks, and it looks like the last track is 1 minute 49 seconds. So that's only 5 tracks. That's called Third Stage Alert. Looking for a $25 start. And final call on those, actually. I think I'll just go to a new crate. No reason really to recap those. I'm just going to go over here and go to a new crate. I'm also going to go through some new vinyl very quickly. I want to go through this crate right here that has the Rodriguez record. I think this may be where we'll find some Fish and some other titles that people have been looking for tonight. And while we're doing that, I'll keep auctions going, and then we'll do more vintage buy it now best offer. But we've already went through a ton of records. We've already been through 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 crates, I think. We are on a fast pace. All right, if anybody wants both Olivia Newton-John's, $35 buy it now. Both of those is a $35 buy it now. $35 buy it now. Fred, you get this for $25. Fred Carnell gets Third Stage for $25. Let me move this up here very quickly and show some of these titles, not before I introduce some new auctions. This was actually something we were going to sell for the Warriors poster. If y'all remember, we had that Warriors movie poster we had. We still have it. It's listed online right now for $1,000. I've turned down a couple offers, $500 and $600. I think it's worth closer to $800 or $875. We have an autographed Warriors poster. It's a movie poster autographed. I've turned down a couple really fair offers, but it's just such a nice piece. I'm in no hurry to sell it. This is the Warriors album. It's a white label promo, and we actually don't get this too often. The vinyl's about VG Plus or EX. White label promo, $35 start. That's the Warriors soundtrack. That's a $35 start, the Warriors soundtrack. Next is Night Ranger. This is a Japanese pressing. Night Ranger, 7 Wishes. Night Ranger, 7 Wishes. This is a pristine Japanese pressing for $25 start. $25 start on Night Ranger. What do we have here? A random sticky note. $25 start on Night Ranger. That's 7 Wishes. Warriors has a bid for $35. Oh, I'm not used to my platform being up here. Make sure that record's okay. That's why I usually like having another platform back here. 7 Wishes, $25 start. No discount on it, even though I just dropped it. And very nice cover with Obi, $25 start. And Clay Moore offered $18 for Survivor. I'm missing my middle crate. My mind was telling me it was there, but it wasn't. Let's see. Survivor sold for $18 to Claymore. Okay, let's go through some new vinyl titles right here and see what's in here. I have no idea. We have Post Malone. This is his newest album called Austin. Post Malone is $46.99. That is on colored vinyl. Post Malone Austin. REM Monster. REM Monster. 25th anniversary. Remastered from the original analog tapes. $31.99. Tool Undertow. Tool is $33.99. Survivor Final Call, or excuse me, Warriors Final Call 35. Night Ranger Final Call 25. OK Computer by Radiohead. Radiohead is $46.99. That's a 2LP. OK Computer by Radiohead. Van Morrison, Astral Weeks, $31.99 for Van Morrison. Black Crowes Lions, that is on pink vinyl. The Black Crowes Lions, that is on pink vinyl, $39.99. Beck, I've got several Beck titles here. First is Gurulito. Gurulito's $44.99. Morning Phase is $36.99. Modern Guilt, $26.99. Guro is $33.99. And Colors, so that is Beck, and Colors is $33.99. So Colors, Guro, Modern Guilt, Morning Phase, Gurulito, and then there's the Black Crowes. The Titanic soundtrack. This is music on vinyl, $44.99. 25th anniversary of the Titanic movie, limited to 10,000, silver and black marbled vinyl. It also includes a book, a movie poster, and a replica of the New York Times cover for when the Titanic sunk. $44.99 on the Titanic. And Saxon, Denim and Leather. Saxon is a 40th anniversary on splatter vinyl, $33.99. Kenny Bell says he'll take Morning Phase. That's sold to Kenny Bell. Let's end these auctions. The Warrior soundtrack is sold to John Smetzer for $35. Actually, let me put this here. And that's sold for $35 to John Smetzer. And Night Ranger is sold to $25 to Christopher Morris. So those are sold, $35 and $25. Stone Temple Pilots Core, $29.99. Let me put up a couple new auctions. We have Sade, and we also have, I think this is the night we had a bunch of Japanese auctions left over. Jazz Japanese. This is one of the ones left over. So first we have Sade Diamond Life. This is a gatefold. No condition notes on the vinyl. Very clean. The cover is around VG. Does have a little bit of noticeable wear on it, shelf wear. The vinyl is extremely nice. $20 start on Sade Diamond Life. $20 start on that. There's our next auction. And this is going to be just a $5 start. Chair in the Sky, Mingus Dynasty, Joe Farrell, Charlie Hayden, John Handy. It's a jazz record, Japanese pressing. $5 start on that. Kenny Bell says, please put back Morning Phase. He already has it. Kevin Ward wants Core. Kevin J. Ward gets Stone Temple Pilots Core. Morning Phase is coming back in the bin if anybody wants it. Mr. Big, lean into it. 30th Anniversary Edition. Mr. Big is $38.99. Danzig, I Lucifer I, 777. Danzig is $31.99. The Avett Brothers, I and Love and You. The Avett Brothers is $46.99. De La Soul, Boo Loon Mind State. De La Soul is $33.99. Peter Green, one of the original guitars from Fleetwood Mac. This is called White Sky, limited edition 750 on crystal clear blue marbled vinyl, $38.99. All right, Sade is at $20, going once, going twice. And Mingus Dynasty is at $6. That's going once, going twice. Here's Beck. He's going back in the bin if anybody wants that for $36.99. We also have LA Guns, covered in guns. Red and blue vinyl, LA Guns, $31.99. Hanoi Rocks, Oriental Beat, 40th Anniversary Edition, black vinyl, $33.99. And the Godzilla soundtrack, the OG Godzilla, $33.99. Sade, the vinyl is near mint minus. The cover is about VG or VG plus. That's at $20. Now it's at $23. Sade is a U.S. press. Mingus is near mint minus and pristine Japanese quality. Near mint minus and pristine Japanese quality. Alan Jackson's Greatest Hits, $36.99. We have Primus, Anti-Pop. Primus is $34.99. And The Cure, A Night Like This, 1985, September 20th. Live Unofficial, $29.99. Depeche Mode, Some Great Reward. Depeche Mode is $31.99. Sublime, 2LP self-titled, $39.99. Pussifer, Conditions of My Parole. Pussifer is $39.99. Primus, Pork Soda, $39.99. Michael Jackson Bad, $28.99. And Rodriguez, Cold Facts. Rodriguez is $36.99. Okay, so Sade was at 23, then 24, then 25. Mingus was at 5, 6, then 13. Mark Lynn has Mingus for 13. Nigel Del Rocket wants a Cure, and so does Kelly Gabney and Zach Elias. Zach, I will have to put you on a waiting list because I only have 2 copies of that. Nigel gets 1, Kelly gets 1, I'll put you on a waiting list. So there was a crate of new vinyl for you that was randomly sitting on the table. Rodriguez, Michael Jackson, Primus, Pussifer, Sublime, Depeche Mode, Primus, Alan Jackson, Godzilla, Hanoi Rocks, L.A. Gun, Peter Green, De La Soul, Avett Brothers, Danzig, Mr. Big, STP, Saxon, Titanic, Beck, Black Crows, Van Morrison, Radiohead, Tool, R.E.M., and Post Malone. High bid on Sade is Alan Heavalone. Alan Heavalone is at 25 on Sade. Tim Lassiter, you were second. Troy's out on the Mingus Dynasty. Mark Lynn has that for 13. Final call. We able to get the Rob Zombie American-made music. That has not come back in yet. I don't know if that was out of stock or I just maybe haven't ordered it. But so far, I do not have it on hand yet. Do not have it on hand yet. Did anybody get these for 35? I had them laying over here. Nobody got the Olivia Newton-Johns, did they? Both of these for $35. That was a no bid. Volume 1 and Volume 2, and the other no bid has been 38 special. So far, no bids on those for $35. Fred's in on Sade at 26. Tim Lassiter's out. When I come back, I'm selling Mingus Dynasty. Okay, let me find a crate to go through here. Let's see. Let's do some vintage. Buy it now, best offer. I think this crate, I think this may have been a flip crate I made, and I never did show it. Or it may have been, and here's what's left. So let's just do some buy it now, best offer. Either one. It has tabs, and usually I don't leave it like this out on the floor. So let's make this whole crate buy it now, best offer. It may have been where I had flip crates made and I never showed them. I'm not real for sure. So we have Sade, $26. Edward Star Wars gets both of the Olivia Newton-Johns for $35, and Willie Loomis wants some fish. There was none in that crate. By the way, earlier tonight we auctioned off a Slave to the Grind. I have these right here for $44.99. It looks like I've got 2 copies left if anybody wants one. Fish. We can check the P section if Tanner has a moment. I'll check the P section, but I don't really know where they're at right now, and I can't really look. So we have to just keep going. But if I do run across them, I'll let you know while the show's. But I don't know where they're at the moment. Greg Allman, Laid Back, $29.99. Greg Allman, Laid Back, $29.99. These are buy it now, best offers. Greg Allman, Laid Back is $29.99. I do have Tyler Childers' new album. Yes, I do. It is available. Neil Young, Comes a Time, $34.99. Everything in here is buy it now, best offer. Tyler Childers' new album is in stock for $29.99. Another Neil Young Comes a Time. I believe this was a New Zealand press. Yes, this is a New Zealand press. Neil Young Comes a Time. We have a U.S. and a New Zealand. Fish. We have Fish Big Boat, $36.99. This is clear vinyl. Fish Big Boat, clear vinyl, $36.99. Fish Sigma Oasis Seafoam Black split vinyl, $36.99. We have Fish Farmhouse, $49.99. And Fish Fuego, that is $39.99. So Fish, we have Fuego, Farmhouse, Sigma Oasis, and Big Boat. That's your Fish albums. Willie, you're in luck. Hopefully he didn't hop off. That's what I have available. Mingus Dynasty is Japanese. Mingus Dynasty is Japanese. It's a final call for $13. Chair in the Sky, Mingus Dynasty. Final call for $13. Sade, we're still bidding on it. Alan Heavalone was at $30. Fred Carnell, $31. Tyler Childers' new album is $29.99. Sade's at $32. Corey Gaston offered $20 for the Allman Brothers. Sold. And Willie Loomis wants Farmhouse. Willie Loomis gets Farmhouse. That's sold to Willie Loomis. Fish Farmhouse. Sade's now at $37. Okay, final call on that. Rustin' in the Rain. Yes, Rustin' in the Rain. So, Andy Mitchell, let me know if you want to buy bid on Mingus. If not, I'm going to go ahead and call that sold. Looks like the new Tyler Childers album. The stock is shrinking. I put all of them in a crate, and the stack is getting thinner and thinner. I'm assuming lots of people are coming here in the store. There's the new Tyler Childers album, Rustin' in the Rain. That is the indie exclusive green vinyl. Indie exclusive green vinyl. That's sold to Clint Howard. All right. We have Stan Getz with guest artist Lorindo Almeida, $29.99. 1963 mono. 63 mono on that. Steve Botsford's in on Mingus. Andy's out, but Steve is in at $15. $15 is the high bid on that. That's going once, going twice. Fred Carnell's out on Sade. Alan Hevelone has that for $37. That's going once, going twice. Cream, fresh cream, VG Plus condition, $34.99. That's a 67 Pittman stereo press. VG Plus condition, $34.99. That's cream, fresh cream. We also have David Wright Original Home Band. David Wright Original Home Band, $39.99. I don't know a lot about this. It looks very odd. Very odd. David Wright Original Home Band. Looks like a private release almost. $39.99. So Mark Lent, you're out on the Mingus album. Bagwan Records, No Bad Trips. That's a 12-inch single of some sort. $39.99. Neil Young, American Stars and Bars. $34.99. Neil Young, American Stars and Bars. $34.99. And Yes, Yes Songs. $39.99. Triple LP Live, Yes. These are all buy it now best offer. Do not hesitate to make offers. Alan Hevelone, you get the Sade for $37. Mark Lent, let me know if you want back in on Mingus. If not, we're going to sell that to Steve Botsford for $15. Jimmy Jonas wants cream, fresh cream. That's sold to Jimmy Jonas. Mark Lent's out on Mingus. This is sold to Steve Botsford for $15. And Willie, I've already got you a Farmhouse pulled. Farmhouse is sold to you, Willie Loomis. Okay, next over here in our bin, I'm going to have to go figure out what we have left over here in our Japanese bin. Let me take a look here. Also, this is something from the Pittsburgh collection that John had marked yesterday. I have never seen one of these before. It's a $55 start. This is Kellogg's and the Jacksons for the Taste of Victory. This is a picture disc that came with this. I guess it's some kind of, I don't know, maybe somebody won it. Maybe somebody won it in a cereal box giveaway. It looks like that's probably what happened here. 85 consumer promotion. But it's some kind of record that looks like Kellogg's tagged up with the Jacksons' victory. The Jacksons' victory. Scotty, did you pre-order the Who on Coke bottle clear vinyl? $55 start on this. Very odd and unusual. It's a Jacksons' victory picture disc. Scotty, did you pre-order the Who on Coke bottle clear vinyl? If you did, everybody got one. I don't have the list made, but if you pre-ordered it, then you got one. Kellogg's and the Jacksons, the Taste of Victory on the Victory picture disc. $55 start. If you pre-ordered it, then you got one. Yes. If you pre-ordered it, originally we had 7 pre-orders and I ordered 10. And then since I ordered it, 3 other people claimed it. All 10 people got one. That's the Coke bottle clear. We have Buffalo Springfield, $36.99. Buffalo Springfield, $36.99. This is a 2LP compilation, Buffalo Springfield. And we have Groovin', the Young Rascals, 67 Terre Haute, $29.99. Original label, Groovin', the Young Rascals. These are all buy it now best offer. It looks like that first batch may have been some stuff that I had labeled for a flip crate, but I don't think we ever showed those. So the Young Rascals, Buffalo Springfield, Yes Songs, Neil Young, that 12-inch single, David Wright, Stan Getz, Neil Young, and Neil Young. Zach is in on the Jacksons for $55. Another album we have here, did we sell Billy Joel earlier? The Stranger? If so, here's another one. This is Billy Joel, The Stranger, Japanese press. This one's in VG condition. Let's see what's wrong with it. It's only going to be a $15 start. VG by Japanese standards. Looks like it has, well, not much on side A. It has a couple stray marks like scuffs. Not your typical just like flawless looking LP that we normally have from Japan. So we're going to start that one at just $15. And this is Billy Joel, The Stranger. There's the nice cover in Obi, and it has the Japanese insert. That will still play very, very fine Japanese, and that is a $15 start. Billy Joel, The Stranger. Jackson's at $55 with Zach Elias. Brinsley Schwartz is $39.99. Brinsley Schwartz. Johnny Cash, The Gospel Road. A Story of Jesus, told and sung by Johnny Cash. 2LP, $24.99. Evans at $15 on Billy Joel. Zach's at $55 on the Jacksons. Of Cabbage and Kings, Chad and Jeremy, $34.99. 8081, Pat Metheny, $24.99 for Pat Metheny. And the Moody Blues, Every Good Boy Deserves Favor, $19.99. Every Good Boy Deserves Favor, $19.99. 10 years after, Alvin Lee and Company. 2 back-to-back really nice-looking records there, Alvin Lee and the Moody Blues. Boney M, Night Flight to Venus, $26.99 on Night Flight to Venus, Boney M. Gatefold Sire label, $26.99. And David Crosby, Stephen Stills, and Graham Nash, $24.99. Also has the original inner sleeve, $24.99 on CSN. The Modern Jazz Quartet, Legendary Profile, $19.99 for Legendary Profile. Also, Black Oak, Arkansas, their self-titled debut album, $19.99 for Black Oak, Arkansas. Let me get these fixed. Keep in mind, these are all buy it now, best offer. You can buy them now, or you can make a best offer. Zach Elias gets the Jacksons for $55. Billy Joel's now at $17 with Evan. We got 3 bidders on that, Kenny, David, and Evan. At any point you're done bidding, please let me know. That will greatly expedite that process. I've got 2 other Billy Joel albums here. These are Japanese pressings that don't have an obi. These are very nice copies. They don't have obis. Japanese pressings. We're going to start both of those. You're buying both of them for $25. Glass Houses and 52nd Street. Those are Japanese pressings. Extremely nice condition. $25 start on that. $25 start. Tim Lassiter on Modern Jazz Quartet. That's sold to Tim Lassiter. David Brailsford's at $18 on Billy Joel. Let me mute my mic for one moment. All righty. We have the BOA title was the name of the Black Oak, Arkansas album is called Black Oak, Arkansas. It is self-titled. Very nice looking copy. Court and Spark, Joni Mitchell, $19.99 for Joni Mitchell. Great album. Gatefold, looks like the original label. Pure Prairie League, Bustin' Out. This is the one that has Amy on it. Black RCA label, also a very clean record, $19.99. And Sonny Rollins is $21.99. Sonny Rollins is $21.99. Yeah, just to be clear, I guess I got 2 Billy Joel auctions. What am I thinking? If you want to bid on this, I guess put Stranger. And if you want to bid on this one, put The Pair or Billy Joel X2. My bad, I'm just now realizing I'm putting 2 Billy Joel auctions up. But the Stranger is at $20. Kelly Gabney wants Pure Prairie League. That's sold to Kelly Gabney. Thank you. A lot of people's always asking for that one. So we got the Stranger auction, then we've got the Pair auction. Little Richard, The Real Thing. This is a UK compilation of Little Richard music on the Reprise label from the UK, $29.99. The Ballads of Hills and Plains, Hank Williams Jr. That is a 1965 German import, $16.99 on Hank Williams Jr. Johnny Cash, The Holy Land, $24.99 on Johnny Cash, The Holy Land. That's a Columbia 2i. David's in on The Stranger, $21.21, excuse me. All 3 people are still bidding. Manfred Mann, Chapter 3. This was originally released in the UK on the Vertigo label. VG Plus, $21.99. Kara's at $25 on the Pair over here. So Kara's bidding on the Pair for $25. I'm going to sell these very quickly if no one else bids. That's going twice, going 3 times to Kara for $25. Fred Carnell offered $15 for Sonny Rollins. Sell that to Fred Carnell for $15. Neil Young, Time Fades Away. VG Plus condition, $24.99. Chuck Berry, the London Chuck Berry Sessions, $19.99. London Chuck Berry Sessions. Robert Palmer, Pride. Robert Palmer is $19.99. And Procol Harum, Historia del Musica Rock. This is a Procol Harum compilation, $16.99. Fred Carnell got Rollins. Garrett gets Joni Mitchell for $15. Garrett, I know who you are tonight. Thank you. Sell him Joni Mitchell for $15. David's at $23 on The Stranger. Both of these are sold to Kara for $25, Tanner. Those are both sold to Kara for $25. David just bid $26. I have already sold those, David. I'm sorry. Billy Joel is now at $23, though. David, I've already sold. David Hoy, I've already sold Sonny Rollins. And now The Stranger is getting more bids, $24 and now $30 with Mr. Eddie Bruce. If anybody is near the Cartersville, Georgia area, Mr. Eddie Bruce owns a shop there. Eddie, remind us of the name of your shop. I believe it's called the Rockin' Shop. I don't want to get that wrong, though, but I believe he owns the Rockin' Shop down in Cartersville, Georgia. He's a friend of ours, and he owns a record shop. So if you're near Cartersville, Georgia, be sure to go check out his shop. Also, he's a Georgia Bulldogs fan, so we won't hold that against him. He is a Georgia Bulldogs fan. Ugh. I guess better than being an Alabama fan. Well, let me rephrase that. Much better than being a Florida Gators fan. Ugh. Florida Gators fans, the worst. We got to deal with those Saturday, won't we, Tanner? Yep. We're going to the swamp We're going to the swamp, buddy. We might not come back alive. This may be the last live stream you ever see me do, because I've heard some people have went down to the swamp and not come back alive. So this may be the last time you hear my voice. I hope not. Okay, we have some incredible auctions. I've just grabbed a whole nother bin of stuff from behind the counter while I was talking college football. I've grabbed a new Japanese auction, and I have a SRV pressing we're about to run. Okay, so back up to the top, Billy Joel, we were at 2030 with Eddie Bruce. We are at 30. Do you have a Rush 2112? We just sold one earlier. I have a new copy. I have a new copy for $36.99, but I don't have a vintage copy. We sold one earlier, though. Let's see here. Let's see. So Billy Joel, that's going once, going twice. How about this? Stevie Ray Vaughan, Couldn't Stand the Weather. Gold stamp promo on the back. This is a really nice copy from the Pittsburgh collection. $55 start. The vinyl is immaculate. It looks like a Pittman press. $55 start. Generic inner sleeve, the way it came, and it does have a gold stamp promo. Very nice jacket. SRV's a $55 start. That is fresh from the Pittsburgh collection. So Billy Joel's a final call. Billy Joel's a final call with Eddie Bruce for $30. Back to the bin. Everything in here is bought now, best offer. The performance soundtrack is $19.99. Mick Jagger was actually in the movie, I believe, and he also did some of the music here. This is the performance soundtrack, and this is not going back in the sleeve. Why aren't you going back in the sleeve? It's being one of these tricky ones. There we go. Got that one. I'm going to keep it behind the jacket. $19.99. No outfield. I wish, Grant. No outfield. Gone with the Wind. Authentic original score recording. $19.99. Gone with the Wind. $19.99. Hank Williams, Beyond the Sunset. That's in shrink wrap. This was pressed in 1968. Very clean vinyl. Black MGM label. $24.99 on that. Let me get back to my spot. Hank Williams is in shrink wrap. And we have Hank Williams Jr., Country Shadows. That was pressed in 66. It's in mono. VG Plus condition. $16.99. $16.99. Let me step over here and get this Rush album before I forget. Rush 2112. I've got 2 copies left. I'm going to go ahead and get them off the shelf. What else can I grab while I'm over here? I've got... somebody asked for this earlier. I wonder if Jared Benoit or Joshua Cross asked about it, I think. What else can I grab while I'm over here? I bet somebody needs one of these right here. I bet somebody needs one of these. Let me grab 2 of these, and let me also grab 2 of these. Let's see if I can. My selections have been good. Quick detour. I just grabbed some stuff off the racks. First, we have Rush 2112, sold to Clint Howard. This is 180 gram direct metal mastering. I've said it before. First time I really understood Rush 2112 is when I read the lyrics. And I was like, whoa, what a song. I've got 2 more copies, and that's literally all I have. I need to order some more because we don't like to run out of Rush. That is $36.99. That's an epic song, $36.99. I've got 1 copy. This is the single LP. It says made in Germany. I don't know if it's a Palace pressing. That would be great if it was. But this is Nirvana Unplugged, $36.99. I've only got 1 copy. We also have Motley Crue, Too Fast for Love, 40th anniversary remaster. Motley Crue, Too Fast for Love, their debut album. Some say it's their best, $33.99. Joshua asked about that earlier. He said sold on Nirvana. We need to start a waiting list for that because I don't have any more in stock, and I definitely need to order some. And then Lynyrd Skynyrd's Street Survivors, new and sealed with the original Flames cover, gatefold remastered, $34.99. So there's a couple other Chad selections. Rush, Motley Crue, and Lynyrd Skynyrd off of the racks. Billy Joel is sold to Eddie Bruce for $30. Eddie, that is sold to you. And Stevie Ray Vaughan, if anybody wants it, is a $55 buy it now. I can't believe it. Stevie Ray Vaughan, Couldn't Stand the Weather, gold stamp promo, immaculate. $55 buy it now on that. Sold to Shane Devers. Sold to Shane Devers. Thomas, I'll put you on a waiting list for Nirvana. And Val Simonia wants Gone with the Wind for $14. And Manfred Mann for $14. Val, are you a first-time buyer with us? I don't recall saying your name ever before. Tanner says maybe before. You have bought from us before, so I think you know the drill. If you are a first-time buyer, let me know. But Val, those are sold to you for $14 and $14. Thank you for the fair offers. Our next auction is the Eurythmics. I don't know if I've had this up before or not, but we're going to do it for a $35 start. This is the Eurythmics. The vinyl is near mint and pristine. Near mint and pristine, the Eurythmics. There's LP number 1. There's the lyric insert. There's the Japanese insert. This is a $35 start. It is near mint, minus, and pristine with Obi. All right, let me pull another record over here out of this random batch of Pittsburgh stuff I got. We've been selling this artist here. We've had a few of his autographs. Here's an autograph, unadvertised, and I bet y'all didn't know we was going to have this tonight. This is autographed by Leon Russell. This is autographed by Leon Russell. Quick note on our autographs. We bought a collection from Pittsburgh. I guarantee all of these autographs to be authentic and 100% genuine. I will authenticate it. I will give you a letter of authenticity saying these are real. There are some I'm going to have PSA, JSA, or maybe even Beckett look at a couple. I have a strong feeling they're real, but I don't want to sell a $1,000 autograph before we get a letter of COA. This is a $55 start. We've sold 2 already for more than $55, best of my knowledge. This is an autographed Leon Russell, and it's a triple live LP, I believe. I think that's 3 LPs, Leon Russell, and this is autographed, and it's autographed by Leon Russell. Yeah, triple LP live, autographed by Leon Russell, $55 start. That's now up for bid. All right, question on Unplugged. Did Kiss or Rod Stewart ever reissue theirs? Kiss does. Kiss Unplugged is in print, but we just never have it in stock. Second is Rod Stewart. I don't think that's ever been reissued. Okay, back to the bin. We have Glenn Fry from the Eagles, Soul Searching. Glenn Fry's $19.99. These are all buy it now, best offer. Neil Young, Hawks and Doves, $24.99. Golden Earring, Moontan, EX condition, $21.99. 74 Gloversville Press, $55 on Stevie Ray Vaughan. Golden Earring, Moontan is EX $21.99. Thomas is at $35 on the Eurythmics, and Leon Russell's at $55. Both going once, going twice. Let's see here. Do you have the Shag soundtrack? I do not have the Shag soundtrack. The tracks on the Eurythmics was Would I Lie to You? There Must Be an Angel. I Love You Like a Ball and Chain. Sisters Are Doing It for Themselves. That's with Aretha Franklin. Conditioned Soul. Adrian with Elvis Costello. It's Alright. Here Comes That Sinking Feeling. Better Have Lost in Love. And that is a $35 bid. Also, price on Black Oak. That is $19.99. It's still available. It's right in here somewhere. Black Oak, Arkansas. It is $19.99. It is near mint minus. The Who live at Leeds. This is not the gatefold that comes with the inserts. This is just the regular press and the Who live at Leeds. $19.99. The Knack. Get the Knack. It's in shrink wrap. My Sharona. $19.99. Get the Knack. Look, this one is the one that had, there's the original receipt. The original receipt where somebody bought it back in August 2nd of 1979. What's the other hit on here? Let Me Out, My Sharona. Oh, Tara, She's So Selfish, Maybe Tonight, Frustrated. I forgot what the other big hit, but of course My Sharona's on there. Thomas, so final call on these. I'm about to sell the Leon Russell and the Eurythmics. Jared Benoit, 17 on Black Oak, Arkansas. You got it for $17. We have Newport in New York, 72, the Jam Sessions, volumes 3 and 4, $24.99 for Newport in New York. Bob Dylan, Empire Burlesque, that is $34.99. $34.99 for Empire Burlesque by Bob Dylan, near mint minus and original in the sleeve. Good Girls Don't. Yes, Ed was playing that one day in the store, and I saw he had the album propped up, and I was like, oh yeah, I forgot that song was on there. Another big hit of theirs. Elvis Costello and the Attractions, Punch the Clock. Gold stamp promo, $24.99 for Elvis Costello. All right, the Eurythmics is sold to Thomas Hujar for $35. John Porter. Jared did not get a Black Oak, Arkansas. No, you didn't. John Porter got it for $17. And Leon Russell autograph is sold to Preston Rose for $55. Those are both sold and sold. Let me grab a couple new auctions. The only thing that has not sold tonight from the auction block is 38 Special. Strength in Numbers. We were looking for a $35 buy now on that. I do have more. The last time I showed this record, I think I was asking a $55 start. Let's try a $45 start. This is the history of Eric Clapton. $45 start. It's a near mint minus and pristine Japanese pressing. The history of Eric Clapton. The vinyl is beautiful. There's LP number 1. There's LP number 2. It has the insert, and this is an awesome compilation of music. I Ain't Got You, Hideaway, Tales of Brave Ulysses. It has early stuff from the Blues Breakers. It has Cream. It has Blind Faith. It has Derek and the Dominoes. Very good compilation. $45 start on that. Did I miss something? We have John Porter, You Got Black Oak, Arkansas for $17. I may have said the wrong name earlier, but you did get it. Jason Wellman takes the Elvis Costello. The Rolling Stones, Emotional Rescue, $29.99. The Rolling Stones, Emotional Rescue, $29.99. And Kansas Audio Visions, $19.99. Kansas Audio Visions, $19.99. Eric Clapton, we're looking for a $45 start. Let me grab something else over here from the Pittsburgh collection. The Pittsburgh collection. I think we sold one of these last night. Actually, let me wait on that. Let me do something I know for sure what it is. I've got some autographs that I haven't been able to identify, actually. Here's a flying, let me make sure it's not autographed. Flying Burrito Brothers live from Tokyo. Flying Burrito Brothers live from Tokyo. $15 start. Flying Burrito Brothers live from Tokyo. This is on the Renergy labels. The Flying Burrito Brothers live from Tokyo, 1979. Very clean looking vinyl. Has an original inner sleeve. Nice jacket. Oh, it's autographed. I was about to say, mostly Flying Burritos have been autographed. Let's see who signed this one. It's maybe, we did have some by, let's see here. We did have some by Greg Harris. Guitar and banjo, Greg Harris and Skip or Sneaky. Nope, who is this here? This is, what does that say? Batten. Looks like we have the bass player and the guitar. He had, he must have met the Flying Burrito Brothers, and I have yet to find one where all of them have signed it. It's like two of them signed a couple and two signed another. It's like maybe he handed them 3 or 4 and then they all handed them back to him and he didn't get them all signed. So all the signatures are on different ones. But unfortunately, this one says to Dale, but there's Sneaky Pete and Skip Batten. So this has 3 signatures on it. Greg Harris, Sneaky Pete, and Skip Batten. So pedal steel guitar, bass, and banjo. I'll still do it for a $15 start. It's autographed. 3 signatures on the bag. The Flying Burrito Brothers live from Tokyo. Nice record too. So 1, 2, 3 signatures on there. Skip Batten, Sneaky Pete, and Greg Harris. That's now forbid. I'm telling you, when you buy a collection of autographs, you got to be careful. You got to like. There's some like that Allman Brothers that I found. I found 2 other Allman Brothers that he didn't have Mark autographed on the sleeve, and they're in pen. And Greg Allman has signed them, and Dickie Betts, and like you don't really notice it until you really start looking at these things. So you got to be careful. So, do you have Leonard Skinner collected? I do. I have Leonard Skinner collected in stock. The Hollies, a crazy steal. If you'd like to look at it, let me know. The Hollies, a crazy steal. That's in shrink wrap, $19.99. So Flying Burrito Brothers, 15, 15, 20, and 21. Eric Clapton does have a bid for 45. This is a great compilation. I recommend it. Kenny Bell has it for 45. Nazareth Full House, VG condition. VG, that is $11.99 for Nazareth. Marshall Tucker Band, 10th. No condition notes on this. Original inner sleeve. Marshall Tucker Band is $14.99. And Barclay James Harvest, Eyes of the Universe. Barclay James Harvest is $19.99. Cat Stevens, very young and early songs. Really nice copy in shrink wrap. Let me go grab Leonard Skinner collected. I'm going to put back Leonard Skinner's Street Survivors, Motley Crue, and Rush. Excuse me, since nobody claimed them. So there's Leonard Skinner going back on the shelf. Motley Crue going back on the shelf, and there's Rush. I also have Rush self-titled, which is a great deal. I'll show that to you in just a second. I'll tell you why it's a great deal. We have Fly By Night, Exit Stage Left, Clockwork Angels, Moving Pictures, Power Windows, Hold Your Fire. I also have 2112 as a 200 gram. All the World's a Stage. Signals. I have a live concert from 1974. It's a bootleg. Also, Caress of Steel, Permanent Waves, Hemispheres, and Farewell to Kings. Now, why did I come over here? I came over here to get Leonard Skinner collected, and I'm going to show everybody a Rush box set. And let me grab an Iron Maiden. We've had a lot of people. Iron Maiden? Any Iron Maiden tonight? I don't have any vintage stuff, but I have a whole 2 bins full of new sealed stuff. So maybe somebody needs a Power Slave. So let me go back over here to the back or the front right quick. I have got to update everybody on the auctions. Flying Burrito Brothers was at 25. Henry Paredes wants the Nazareth. That sold to Henry. Todd Tipton, you were second. Flying Burrito Brothers 28. Flying Burrito Brothers 29. How much was Rush 2112 200 gram? That was $64.99. Let's go ahead and sell Kenny Bell, Eric Clapton for $45. That's sold to Kenny Bell. Very nice deal there. First, I've got Iron Maiden Power Slave, $36.99. Iron Maiden Power Slave, $36.99. That's new and sealed Iron Maiden, $36.99. I've got 3 of them in stock. I just listed 5 of these on Discogs for $99.99. I've still got them here for $59.99. This is Rush, the 2023 repress box set. Go look them up. You'll see where Colectco. I either listed them for $99 or $89.99. I've got them for $59.99, and these are now labeled as out of print. Somebody made a Discogs note that that's a cutout. Those are now out of print, so those are done. They probably will be not releasing that anymore. And Leonard Skinner Collected is $44.99. Leonard Skinner Collected. This is a 2 LP fantastic compilation of Leonard Skinner music. Okay, up for auction is an autographed Flying Burrito Brothers album. It has 3 autographs on the back. Sneaky Pete, also Skip Batten, and Greg Harris autographed that. High bid is $31 with Thomas Hujar, Somewhere in Time. I will go check Sean. Rich Recore says he'll take a Rush box set. And Rich Recore, the Rush 200 gram, it's a deluxe edition. That's why it's $64.99. It's $21.12, but it's a deluxe edition. And Leonard Skinner, Johnny was $44.99. I will read off the Motley Crue albums in just a second. Iron Maiden Power Slave is $36.99. Iron Maiden Power Slave. Rush self-titled is $59.99. I've got 2 left. 2 left. Blood, Sweat, and Tears, $19.99. This is an extremely nice copy. This is Blood, Sweat, and Tears, their self-titled debut album. Also, the Moody Blues 7th Sojourn, $14.99. The Moody Blues 7th Sojourn, $14.99. Also, Ray Charles Invites You to Listen. Ray Charles is $19.99. Original Rock Classics, Vanilla Fudge, Renaissance, $19.99. The Flying Burrito Brothers signatures are Sneaky Pete, Clinlow or Kleinnow, Skip Batten, and Greg Harris. 3 signatures on the back. All right, and the high bid on that is now going twice, going 3 times to Thomas Hujar for $31. All right, I need to go grab those other Rush box sets and a Rush 200 gram. I'm going to read off the Iron Maiden titles while I take a trip over here. It's about 10 steps away, but while I'm over here, I'll read off the titles. And I'm going to put Leonard Skinner back on the shelf unless somebody decides they want that. Iron Maidens, we have Power Slave, Live After Death, No Prayer for the Dying, self-titled, Seventh Son, Brave New World, and The Final Frontier. And most of those range from 30 to 55. Most of those range from 30 to 55. I can confirm price if you're interested. I have a feeling we're going to sell this last Rush box set. And let me go ahead and show everybody the 200 gram Rush 2112 Deluxe, because I need to go ahead and probably order some more of those. 2112 on 200 gram is now OOP, out of print. So Jim Stafford gets the Rush box set. That's sold to Jim Stafford. I have 1 left if you want it, Clint. Final call on the Flying Burrito Brothers now. I'm about to sell that to Thomas Hujar for $31. Pure Prairie League, firing up. $14.99 for Pure Prairie League, and Was Not Was, Born to Laugh at Tornadoes, $19.99 on that. So 1 Rush box set left, and that's the last one I'll sell for $59.99 before those get sold on Discogs for probably $100. And here's a 2112 to Rich Recore. I have 1 left. So this is 3 LPs on 200 gram. That's like 1,000 grams of vinyl. $64.99. 40th Anniversary Edition, $64.99. There's that, and there's that. Clint says, I'll take it if you tell me about it. Rush is a 200 gram, actually no, this is 180 gram, 2023 repress. This is the 2023 repress Rush debut album. It has a poster, it has some inserts, and then of course the LPs and a jacket inside of there. And Clint, I'll just say this, if you don't get this one now, they're going to go up because that's my last one. And number 2, the OGs or any kind of vintage copies are hard to get. If you don't want it, Joe Willinger and John Ambrosic's next. Joe Willinger and John Ambrosic, I'll write down your name. Tanner will take your name down. If those don't sell on Discogs that I've already listed pretty soon, then I will let y'all know and we'll work up a consideration to sell you one. But that's all that I had set aside that I wanted to sell in store. So, but Joe and John, I'll write down your names and we can work something out. Flying Burrito Brothers is sold to Thomas Hujar for $31. That is sold. Let me grab 2 more auctions. I'm pulling random unadvertised stuff over here out of the Pittsburgh crate. I have a Grateful Dead album here. Let me see what else is in here. Let me go back to the very front. Here's some autographs that I've got to get checked. Boy, these are some really good ones. A couple of these I definitely want to get checked. Let's see. I don't think I have many more things in here that are ready. We sold both of these last night. I'm going to try this one, and I'll try this too. I'll try both of these. We had one of these again last night. Is this one sealed? It is. Okay. So Joe Willinger said he'll take that last 2112. So Joe Willinger gets the 2112. Now I know I can get more of these if anybody else wants one. Last night we auctioned one of these off. This one is sealed. This is Sunvolt Wide Swing Tremolo. This is an original sealed copy. An original sealed copy. 1997, I believe. 1998. OG Press Sunvolt Wide Swing Tremolo. I think we started the one last night open for $95 and it brought well over $100. So this one's sealed. I'm going to start it for $115. That is sealed. Also, no saw marks, no cutouts, and no punch holes. I've also got another sealed record. This is Southern Culture on the Skids, Plastic Seat Sweat. And I tried wiping this off, but I haven't got to it yet. He wrote notes on a lot of these, what they sold for. And this is sealed, Southern Culture on the Skids, which is now out of print. And this is also from 1997. And this is a $30 start, Southern Culture on the Skids, Plastic Seat Sweat. And that is sealed. $30 start on that. Southern Culture on the Skids. Sealed. $30 start. $115 on Sunvolt and Southern Culture. $30 start on that. I do not have them Crooked Vultures. No, I do not. Godly and Cream. No, what is this? Yeah, Godly and Cream, 1999. 10 Years After is 1999. And we have Roger McGuinn Thunderbird. Roger McGuinn Thunderbird, $14.99. That's a white label promo. Okay, I feel like we'd been in that crate for 2 hours. We had so much other stuff going on here and there. That was different. Clint, the one you got was a single LP, 180 gram, which was $36.99. That one was a 3 LP, 200 gram, $64.99. If you prefer to have the $64.99 one, I can sell it to you. It includes live tracks, some covers, a slip mat, and it's on 200 gram. But if you want one of those, I can get it to you. Okay. Tanner says we do have more. Okay, Southern Culture on the Skids is at $30, gone once, gone twice. And Sunvolt, we're looking for a $115 start. Let me try to find y'all a new crate of vinyl. Oh, that's the second time I've hit the cart moving crates. Is that the crate I went through last time? Yep. Just so I know I've been through those. I got to take those and put them in the back. Let's see what else we got over here. What's in that? Let me see what's in these bins over here right quick. I've managed to do an entire show so far with just stuff that has been casually sitting around up front here in bins. So, Tanner, I think it's time for us to do one of these crazy half-off bins because I feel like this crate, let me take a look at it before I speak any further. Let's see here. This has some sealed stuff in it. This has all kinds of stuff in it. So before we do that, though, let me see what's over here. Everybody's like, half off. Let me see what's in these crates first, because this may be stuff we've already shown, and I'm trying to find stuff you hadn't seen maybe in a while, or maybe even better titles. So I might have to go to the back and fill up a crate of Buy It Now Best Offer, which I have to go do right now. Yeah, I think these are some we've already sold like on sale. So before I go any further, let me go do that. So quick timeout. Everybody let me know where you're watching from. I've got to step to the back and get some more records we can go through. And so let me go do that. So I'll be right back. Everybody let me know where you're watching from. That'll keep everybody entertained in the comments. I'll be right back. My mic will cut out for a second. Okay, I'm back. Chad is back. And I just walked by that Kiss bootleg, and I've noticed Chris Wood Sr. has asked 3 times how much it was, so I've got to go grab that right quick. This looks like some good stuff. I hope nobody hopped off because there's some great records in here. I saw Pink Floyd, King Crimson, David Bowie, and I think this is some records we hadn't shown in a while, so hopefully this crate gets obliterated. The Rush boot is their first American concert, $44.99. Limited edition color vinyl. I think it's white vinyl. I think it might be white vinyl. $44.99 on Rush. $44.99 on Rush. ABC 1974. That's the Agora Ballroom. $44.99. Okay. Back up to the top. Okay, so we have 30 on SCOTUS, which is Southern Culture on the Skids, then 35, then 40, then 42. Everybody's let me know their location. Thank you so much. Very cool. And we have Southern Culture on the Skids. Okay, so first of all, Sunvolt's a buy it now for $115. That's a sealed copy of Sunvolt Swing Wide Tremolo. That's a $115 buy it now, an original from 1998. That's an original from 1998. $115 buy it now, Sunvolt, $115. Over here, let me pull out, let me go ahead and get something else going. We have another one. This is Sunvolt Straightaways, and this is another one. We had this one the other night as well. This one's also sealed. Okay, so the high bid on this, how much is 38? First, let me do a final call on this. This is final call to Henry Pardidez at $42. $42. That's about to be sold. Brent offered $105 for Sunvolt. Let's go ahead and sell that to Brent Robley for $105. That's sold to Brent Robley for $105. And then Sunvolt Straightaways. By the way, this will wipe right off. This sealed. I've been using Windex paper towel, and like it just wipes right off. I haven't had time to work on this one yet. I'm pulling out auctions from these bins I've been working on. So Sunvolt Straightaways. Sunvolt Straightaways is sealed with Hype Sticker. This is their other album, and this is now a $85 start. Sealed Sunvolt Straightaways. That one's an $85 start. That is sealed. It's an $85 starting bid. Starting bid of $85, sealed with Hype Sticker. We have a new bid on SCOTUS. It looks like the Supreme Court of the United States abbreviation, but it's Scots. Scots, Southern Culture on the Skids. Bill McClinton's at $45. Everything in this bin is buy it now, best offer. If anybody wants Rush, $44.99. If anybody wants 38 Special, it's a $35 buy it now. 38 Special is the only auction that has not sold tonight. Next is Herb Albert Rise. These are really good titles in really good condition. They're all buy it now, best offer. Herb Albert Rise is $14.99. Ray Charles, A Man and His Soul, a deluxe 2-record set compilation. This has great music on it, $34.99. Henry's back in on Scott's at $46, and we're looking for an $85 starting bid on the other Sunvolt. Blood, Sweat, and Tears. Child is Father to the Man. This is actually their first album. That's actually their first album. A lot of people think the self-titled one is. That's actually their first album. $19.99. These are all buy it now, best offer. I'm going to step behind the counter. I've got some 45s Do we have any of our Beatles collectors on? Do we have any of our Beatles collectors on? The reason I say that is because I got some 45s over here that I had actually up on our wall. I did a little remodeling to the front part of our store. I've got some pretty high quality 45s. I'm talking Jerry Lee Lewis, the Beatles, Elvis, Johnny Cash, and the Rolling Stones. You know, some of the greatest selling artists of all time. I got some rare 45s from these people that I'm going to consider selling tonight. So, it's Sunvolt Americana. Sunvolt's kind of like that blurb. We had a pressing. This guy must have really liked Sunvolt because he had multiple copies of these albums. There was a little like a magazine clipping that he cut out when this album originally came out, and he said it's Neil Young with a little bit more twang. So yeah, I mean, it's kind of like, yes, they have a strong following. I know that, and their original albums are not cheap. Okay, Henry Paredes gets this one for $46, and this was about to be a buy it now, but Edward just bid. So this is $85 to Edward Star Wars. This is a sealed copy, sealed with hype sticker and an original. And like I said, I can take that off very easily. $85 on Sunvolt, going once, going twice. Rare Earth, Willie Remembers, $24.99 on Rare Earth, really remembers. 10 Years of Harmony, The Beach Boys, $34.99. 10 Years of Harmony, The Beach Boys, $34.99. John Lennon, Imagine. There's great albums in here. So far, we haven't got an offer. If you're interested in these, don't hesitate. Don't be, make an offer. I'm checking to see if John Lennon has any bonus material. It does not, $34.99. And John Lennon Walls and Bridges with the original cover, $24.99. $24.99. No, I haven't seen that Sunvolt. I do have some other stuff over here very similar to that. Like I've got another Southern Culture on the Skids. Liquored up and liquored down. This is also sealed from 2000. Wow. Southern Culture on the Skids, liquored up and liquored down. $45 start on that. That is also sealed. Southern Culture on the Skids. That's a sealed original press. $45 start on that. John Lennon Mind Games. We've hit a batch of John Lennon stuff. $19.99. All right, I think everybody's done on Sunvolt. I already gave it a chance for a while. Edward's the only bidder. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Edward gets Sunvolt for $85. That is sealed original press. And then this Southern Culture on the Skids, it's liquored up and liquored down or lacquered down. Lacquered down. Liquored up and lacquered down. That's a $45 starting bid. Let me show you some of these really nice Beatles picture sleeves I was just telling you about. I've got these where I had them priced and here in the store. This is the Beatles We Can Work It Out and Day Tripper picture sleeve. Very nice vinyl. That's EX on the vinyl. And this is a $25 start. This is the Beatles We Can Work It Out and Day Tripper picture sleeve. $25 start on that. Preston Rose is at $45 on Southern Culture. Everything in here is buy it now, best offer. Ted Nugent, Weekend Warriors. This is in shrink wrap. Ted Nugent, Weekend Warriors. That's in shrink wrap, near mint. 1978 Holland press, $19.99 for Nugent. John Barleycorn Must Die by Traffic. The vinyl is VG condition, $9.99. Traffic, VG, $9.99. Southern Culture, going once, going twice. King Crimson, In the Wake of Poseidon. The vinyl on this is VG, $19.99. King Crimson, In the Wake of Poseidon. All these are buy it now, best offer. The Kinks, Give the People What They Want. EX condition, $12.99 for the Kinks. Give the People What They Want. The original cast album of You're a Good Man, Charlie Brown. That is $29.99. You're a Good Man, Charlie Brown. That's on a promo label as well. We have Rare Earth title. That's Willie Remembers. Willie Remembers. Rare Earth, $24.99. Willie Remembers. We got two $15 offers on King Crimson. Let's sell that to the first one, which was Chris Bijak. That's sold to Chris Bijak. Outlaws, Ghost Riders, $19.99. We also have a bid on the Beatles, We Can Work It Out, and Day Tripper. We Can Work It Out, one of my favorite Beatles songs. Try to See It My Way. $19.99, the Outlaws, Ghost Riders. Todd Tipton said he'd give $20 for Rare Earth. Sell that to Todd Tipton. Let's go ahead and sell Preston Rose, Southern Culture on the Skids, sealed. That's sold to Preston Rose for $45. And Stephen A. Young has the Beatles for $25. That's now a final call. Let me see what else is over here in the Pittsburgh. I will show y'all some autographs that I'm about to send off for verification. I'll tell y'all ones that I'm pretty sure are authentic, and then I'll show you the ones that have been questionable. But so far, almost everything in this guy's collection is checked out. If he met the people and he told us he met them, then they're obviously authentic. He has no reason to lie. He has no reason to lie. But he was gifted some records. So, you know, he was a psychologist, and I think he had some stuff displayed in his office. So people gave him stuff, and so there's no telling where they might have got it from. They might have got it thinking it was authentic, and it wasn't. But if he met somebody and he told us he met them, but still, on certain autographs, we got to go ahead and get letters just to be on the safe side. But this is some stuff that will be coming up whenever it comes back, whenever they come back for authentication. This is signed by Greg Allman and Dickie Betts, and it's on the original label. This is amazing. It's signed by Greg Allman and Dickie Betts, and it's the OG press. I'm pretty sure that's authentic, Eddie Money, but you know, just some of these we want to get double and triple checked. I know the Eric Claptons are real. That's signed by Eric Clapton. He met Eric Clapton in the lobby of the Ritz-Carlton or the Four Seasons. I don't think so on this. I highly doubt. I don't think this is, but it's very close. The E looks right, but the rest of it does. That's signed by Elvis. I don't think that's right. This is authentic, Gary Wright, although it is possibly. I don't know. Elvis could be. I don't know. That's why I'm having them authenticated. This is autographed by Gary Wright. Now, this one I was skeptical about, but I've already had 7 people tell me it's good. This is autographed by Robert Plant with Led Zeppelin 4. I was skeptical at first because he don't sign like that, but I think this is an older autograph. But that's autographed by Robert Plant. He has like 5 different signatures. This one's questionable, James Taylor. He met James Taylor, though, so, you know, and David Lee Roth, and I've had multiple people tell me that's real. So that's signed by David Lee Roth. So that is that's a stack that's in this crate over here that I'm building to send off. We're going to send about 100 records off probably next week. David Lee Roth, James Taylor, Robert Plant, Gary Wright, and then there's Elvis. I don't know. You know, I've looked and stared. I've looked at pressure points, and I think his wife was Patty. I've got to double check that because that Gary Wright's made out the Patty too. So, you know, like I said, why, you know, have some of these forged if you're going to personalize it to somebody? There's Eric Clapton. We know those are real. Eddie Money, and then this is signed by Greg Allman, Dickie Betts. That's some that we're definitely going to get letters with, COA markings, etc. So look forward to those. That's a stack I've got over here. Let's do let's find another auction over here. How about let's do a Leon Russell bootleg. We got a Leon Russell bootleg, and I have an Iggy Pop here that I think David Bowie's on. So let's go ahead and end this. We have the Beatles, We Can Work It Out, and Day Tripper. This is sold to Stephen A. Young for $25. That's sold to Stephen A. Young for $25. Are you going to have new vinyl tomorrow or Friday? Yes, every night. Nigel Del Rocket says 10 on the Kinks. Sell that to Nigel Del Rocket for $10. We have Dead Autos. Yes, for sure. I have very high doubts on the Dead Autos, the one that's signed by the whole band. I've had high doubts on that because I think that was a gift to him. But the ones, I have some that are signed by individual members. I've got some signed by, what's the guy's last name ends in a K? I have his autograph on multiple records. I think we have a Jerry Garcia individually signed. So, you know, when I look at an autograph and I just, you know, I study it, I usually text or call him for his story. And, you know, and then like if he's like, I don't remember that, then I'm like, okay, we need to have this one checked out. He is, nothing against his age, but he is 77 years old. So, you know, some of these he got 40 years ago. I can't remember what I ate for breakfast yesterday night. Leon Russell, I don't know anything about this. I literally just pulled it out of the bin. Can you remember trying to recall where you got an autograph 40 years ago and you have thousands of them? Not hundreds, he has thousands of them. You know, it's not like, you know, I would remember meeting Eric Clapton if I met Eric Clapton, but this guy met everybody. So, you know, it's like his memory gets a little foggy. Leon Russell, the master of space and time. This is a $35 start. Leon Russell, the master of space and time. This is a vintage bootleg from Leon Russell. I don't know anything about it. It's a $35 start. That is fresh out of a Pittsburgh crate. And I don't know anything about this. It's fresh out of a Pittsburgh crate. This is Iggy Pop. Duck Records, limited edition collector records, Duck hits. Ducks Off, Smoke on the Duck, Year of the Duck, and of course, that has all those play on words. This is a live Iggy Pop with David Bowie on keyboards, evidently. That's when David Bowie toured of Iggy Pop. Those are $35 start. Just really gears. Yes, I know. There's a lot of stuff that I found 2 weeks ago, and I've put it back in the bins, and I hadn't seen it since then, like other autographed Eric Clapton albums. I think there's one signed by Eric Clapton and Ginger Baker. I haven't seen that since the last time I touched it 2 weeks ago. Rush Permanent Waves. This is $39.99. Rush Permanent Waves, $39.99. It has the original inner sleeve. Rush Permanent Waves, $39.99. We found a couple Johnny Cash autographs last night, and he did meet Johnny Cash, and we have an autographed 45, and I think we've got 2 autographed albums, so looking forward to those. Rush 2112 is $39.99. Rush 2112. Hey, whoever wanted one earlier, there's a Black Mercury label. There's another one, so Rush and Rush. Well, there's great titles in here. All buy it now, best offer. Carole King Tapestry, Half-Speed Master, $89.99. Carole King Tapestry, Half-Speed Master from 1980, $89.99. Wow. Half-Speed Master, Paul Simon, still crazy after all these years. VG Plus, $59.99, 1981. Led Zeppelin, Song Remains the Same, 1976 SRC press, $64.99. Led Zeppelin, The Song Remains the Same. There's been one great title after another in here. These are $64.99. Condition of Rush, what's the condition? Rush 2112, Mark Lynn asked first. It's a 1983 Hot Pog press. 1983 Hot Pog press. No condition notes. EX Plus, Near Mint Minus. That is pressed in 1983. The album originally came out in 70. What year did this come out? 76? 76, yes. This album originally came out in 76. It is a gatefold. This was pressed in 83. Final call if you want to get in on these 2 bootlegs, Leon Russell and Iggy Pop. $35 starts. I'm about to make them a buy it now. We also have, wow, Rush, Fly By Night. 81 Richmond press, EX condition, $59.99. Why are they still hanging around? Rush, Rush, and Rush. Dark Side of the Moon, Pink Floyd. VG Plus, $39.99. 1983 Winchester press, ES Mastering. ES Mastering, VG Plus, $39.99. Dark Side of the Moon, that's an 83 pressing, like a 10th anniversary. Neil Young, Comes the Time, $34.99. For Neil Young, Comes the Time, $34.99. Neil Young is in this band. It's called Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young. Deja Vu, $34.99. Deja Vu, that's another really nice copy. 5-digit. Johnny Russell, Mr. Entertainer. Johnny Russell is $9.99 for Johnny Russell. Mike Oldfield, Tubular Bells. There's another copy of that. $14.99. Okay, I'm going to restart my chat here. And if there's a comment that's come in, let me know. Larry Underhill says he'll take Rush, Fly By Night. Larry Underhill says he'll take Rush, Fly By Night. Also, we have a buy it now for Leon Russell. $35 buy it now on Leon Russell. If anybody wants it, it is a fresh record right out of the Pittsburgh crate. $35. That's the Master of Time, a Master of Space and Time. Master of Space and Time. Never seen that before. Sell that to Christopher Brusher for $35. And Iggy Pop is a buy it now for $35. Iggy Pop is a buy it now for $35. And I believe David Bowie plays on this album. That is a $35 buy now, Iggy Pop. And that's sold to Thomas Hujar for $35. 2112 went to Larry Underhill at Sticker. Eddie Manning, you were second. And now we have an offer for that Iggy's called Iggy and Ziggy in Seattle 77. Thank you. I haven't got to do a lot of the research on these tonight because I'm just pulling them straight out of the bin. Thomas got it for $35. We have an offer for 2112 for $35. We've got it marked for $39.99. Sell that to Todd Tipton for $35. So 2 of the 3 Rush records are gone. Corey Gaston offered $27 for Ray Charles. That sold to Corey Gaston for $27. And we have Dick Tracy, The Sounds of Silence. and this has some kind of promotional letter with it. $19.99. Dick Tracy, that's a 12-inch single. Jimi Hendrix, $19.99. There is some damage to the cover. The top seam is split. It's on Pickwick. $19.99 for Jimi Hendrix. Ramatam, and April Came the Dawning of the Red Suns. That is $19.99. The Led Zeppelin cover, I don't think it was too bad. Let's take a close look at it. Yeah, it's not bad. I mean, you could see a little bit of the ring wear, but, I mean, pretty solid. I mean, just right there is where the color breaks are, just right in there. Gatefold has the booklet with it, of course, and let's make sure it has the original inner sleeves. It does have the original inner sleeves. Very clean vinyl. The back cover, almost no color breaks on the back cover. You may be asking, what's a color break? Of course, this is supposed to be solid black, and color breaks start to happen when there's stress causing breaks in the colors. They usually refer to that on comic books. If you look at the spine of a comic book, it's supposed to be perfect, and you'll see all these little creases and cracks on that. Is the CSNY textured and year. This is textured. Yes, it's textured. I don't have pressing notes. It's a 5-digit, so that tells me it's at least from 1977. Very nice copy. It's a gatefold. Of course, it has the pasted-on photo, and it is very nice. That's a 5-digit with a Rockefeller address, so that is as early as 77. Craig Proper, 50. You bought it. Sell that to Craig Proper for 50. Nice copy there, going to a new home. The Paul Butterfield Blues Band, $19.99 for Paul Butterfield's Blue Band. Paul Butterfield Blues Band. Boy, I messed that up. We still got 158 people watching. I've got more auctions to run, so let me get the next one started. We have a couple I think I've shown before. No, I haven't shown this one, but this one I've shown before. We're going to start this one much lower and send it to a new home, and that's Mick Jagger, She's the Boss. Only a $15 start. $15 start on this. This is Mick Jagger, She's the Boss. It's a pristine Japanese pressing and shrink wrap of inserts, and we have not ran this one yet. This is Led Zeppelin Presents. Only a $45 start on this, and there's no condition notes on the vinyl. $45 start for Led Zeppelin Presents. The vinyl's super clean and super nice. There's the Japanese insert, Led Zeppelin Presents. There's the original inner sleeve. It does have some foxing. The cover doesn't really have foxing. It does have some discoloration. You can tell it's just not pure white. It's got a little bit of foxing, but not bad. $45 start for Japanese. Of course, y'all know really, really pristine copies of that. We have sold north of 100. $20 on CSNY. This is a very nice copy. John, I will take 28 for it. I mean, I'll do 26 on it. $26, John Porter. $26. It's marked $34.99. Christopher Brushaw offered 15 for Paul Butterfield. And we have Romelu offered 15 for Mick, or he's at 15 on Mick. So we have Romelu's at 15 on Mick Jagger. That's going once, going twice. We have John Porter said sold on CSNY for 20. I think I said 26. Led Zeppelin's a $45 start, opening bid, no bid. Mick Jagger's a final call to Romelu for 15. And Led Zeppelin, yes, $45 starting bid on that. Moose said bring all the Aussie to Florida. As long as you have a record player. Moose, you have like 7 open invoices with us. $14.99. Can you pay some of your bills first? $14.99. He is probably so mad right now. We have, let's see here what I have next in the bin. Do I dare put up a gray? I don't want to sell these till I know what pressing they are, though. Sorry, I'm probably just disappointed. That was a big tease. Let's see here. I guess I've got. Boy, we have really went through some auctions for sure. I sold 2 whole bins of non-payments. Let's see. We've sold several Leon Russell autographs. We sold another one tonight. Here's another one. This is an interesting cover, too. This is very interesting. Let's go back over here. So first, Sarah, I just want to confirm that you have bid $45 on this. If you have, please put... No, I think she was making an offer on Led Zeppelin Song Remains the Same. It's already sold. Hey, Moose, look, here's Pink Floyd, Dark Side of the Moon, your favorite album. Led Zeppelin is a $45 start. I don't think we have an offer yet. Nigel Del Rocket offered 20 for Booze. What was that? B-O-O-S. I'm not for sure what that is. Maybe he meant Boss, Mick Jagger. Next is Nigel Del Rocket. Okay, so Mick Jagger's at $20 of Nigel Del Rocket. I come up here to start a Leon Russell autograph auction, but we're still going. And Rich Record's at 45 on Led Zeppelin. So who bid 15 originally? Romelu. Romelu, you're outbid on Mick Jagger, and now Led Zeppelin's a final call. David Bowie, John, I'm Only Dancing. This is a white label promo, and the B-side is Golden Years. 1979 white label promo, $24.99. Everything in this bin is buy it now, best offer. Frank Sinatra, September of My Years. Frank Sinatra is $14.99, September of My Years. William Bendix sings and tells famous pirate stories. Look, there's a treasure chest. $19.99. William Bendix sings and tells famous pirate stories. Gamma 3. That's a white label promo for Gamma 3. There's a little bit of cover damage right here. $19.99. That is a white label promo. Gamma 3. Al Stewart, Time Passages. We sold a MoFi copy earlier. $14.99. All right, Led Zeppelin's gone to Rich Record for $45. Nigel's out on Mick Jagger. That means that sold to Romelu for $21. Here's our next auction. This is autographed by Leon Russell. That is autographed by Leon Russell. Very interesting, bright green cover there. I think that's a cool autograph on that background. Leon Russell looking back, $55 start. $55 start on Leon Russell. Gamma 3. Sarah, I will do $12 on that if you want it. $12 on Gamma 3. The Chirping Crickets, Buddy Holly and the Chirping Crickets. That's a sealed copy on the MCA Coral Rainbow Series. $29.99. She said sold. Gamma 3 sold for $12 to Sarah. Commander Cody and his Lost Planet Airmen. Hot Licks, Cold Steel, and Truck Driver's Favorites. I always like the back cover, all these old drawings of these classic trucks from the 50s. That is $19.99 for Commander Cody and his Lost Planet Airmen. New edition. This is All for Love. New editions in shrink wrap, near mint, $19.99. New edition, All for Love. The Great Roy Orbison, all-time greatest hits. The Great Roy Orbison is a 2LP, $19.99. And Kool and the Gang, Fresh. That's a 12-inch single. Fresh and Fresh Remix and Fresh Dance Mix. That's $19.99. Looking for a $55 start on Leon Russell. Sheila Easton, The Lover and Me, $9.99. And Marshall Crenshaw, Field Day. Marshall Crenshaw, Field Day, $19.99. I do have more auctions. Let's see here. There's the Daft Punks we got a tag. That's from the sale crate. There's that and that. Let me put this actually over here. The other 45s. I forgot about these. We have a, this is cool. This is Johnny Cash. I'll reduce the price on this for a starting bid. This is Johnny Cash. It's a 1958 pressing. This was pressed in 1958. Johnny Cash on the original Sun label. $25 start with a picture sleeve. Very, very cool. Look at that shot of Johnny. $25 start. It has two. Yes, I remember this. There's two in here. There's two picture sleeves. And that's how we found it. It was in a sleeve with two different picture sleeves. So, and they were both originally 98 cents. One, you can tell this has got a little bit better colors than the other. This is a $25 start. So if you can find that record, which I bet we have another one here in the store. So I'm actually giving away a picture sleeve we might actually could use, but guess things happen that way. And come in stranger. That's a $25 start. That's very cool. And all you got to do is buy another one of those records and you'll have two of them. Brent's at 55 on Leon Russell. Final call. Troy Robinson offered 12 for new edition. Sold. And Brent Robley's at 25 on Johnny Cash. Final call. Jefferson Starship Nuclear Furniture, $14.99. Jefferson Starship Nuclear Furniture. This has the original inner sleeve. That is $14.99. Jefferson Starship Modern Times, $14.99. Jefferson Starship Modern Times, $14.99. Very clean looking copy of that. Jefferson and Jefferson. American Boy and Girl, Garland Jeffries. American Boy and Girl, $9.99. Garland Jeffries. Simon and Garfunkel, Bridge Over Troubled Water, $14.99. Johnny Cash, $25, $26, $30. And Leon Russell is sold to Brent Robley for $55. Leon Russell. There's another Leon Russell autograph going to a new home. I think I've got some Leons in here that are just regular albums that I guess we can auction. Hank Wilson's Back, Volume 2. I've never seen that before. Leon Russell, Hank Wilson's Back, Volume 2. This is straight from the Pittsburgh collection. Hank Wilson, Leon Russell, Hank Wilson, Volume 2. I've never seen that one before. I've seen a bunch of the Volume 1s. This is 1984. We'll start it for $15. Leon Russell, Hank Wilson, Volume 2. Kara offered 10 for Simon & Garfunkel. That sold to Kara for 10. Johnny Cash is currently at 32. We were at 30, 31, now 32. We got 3 bidders on the Johnny Cash. Elvis Presley, the $1 Million Quartet. Speaking of Johnny Cash, this is the legendary December 4th, 1956 jam session with Elvis Presley, Carl Perkins, and Jerry Lee Lewis. And this is from 1990. It is in shrink wrap, $34.99. It has the original inner sleeve too, $34.99. Wow, could you imagine being in a room with all them at the same time? Hey, would y'all mind signing this? $34.99, 1990. Do y'all mind signing this right quick? Actually, here's a whole stack of them. Brent's at 15 on Leon Russell, going once, going twice. He's out on Cash. So, Chris Frazier, you're outbid on Cash as well. Larry Smith is the high bidder at 32. High bidder on 32. Is Sheena Easton 12-inch or album? The Sheena Easton, The Lover and Me, is the full album, $9.99. John Porter offered 17 for Leon. No, he's bidding on Leon Russell for 17. Brent's back in at 19, and Chris Frazier's back in on Johnny Cash for 33. UB40, Jeffrey Morgan. UB40 is $19.99. Jeffrey Morgan, UB40. ABBA, the album. VG Plus condition, $14.99. And The Other Side of Life, the Moody Blues, $14.99. So 33 on Johnny Cash, 20 on Leon Russell, Hank Wilson's Back, Volume 2. I'm going to step over here and grab a bottle of water and see what else I can find to show y'all while I'm over here. Does anybody need a yellow submarine beach towel? I might need one of those tomorrow if I'm going to be in Florida. They're $26.99. Yellow submarine beach towel. I hadn't shown these in a while. Who needs a yellow submarine beach towel? I have a Dark Side of the Moon one. I know. I don't know where it's at, but that was one of my first. That was one of the first beach towels. I think that was one of the first things I bought. Yeah, I went to Florida for the first time, and like I'd never been to the beach, and I was like, I guess I need a beach towel. Nigel Del Rocket says he'll take one. I've got one left. It's 30 by 60. Heck, you can mount that on a wall. That'd look pretty good just hanging on a wall. He says he'll take both of them. Yellow submarine beach towels. They're both sold to Nigel Del Rocket, $26 and $26.99. Gone. Johnny Cash first. We have Leon Russell, $17. Johnny Cash was at 33. Leon Russell, 19. Leon Russell, 20. Shakedown offered 10 for ABBA. Sold. Johnny Cash, 35. Nigel Del Rocket got both of those, and Chris is out on Johnny Cash. So update. The Johnny Cash picture sleeve with an extra picture sleeve is at $35 to Larry Smith. That's a final call. Leon Russell is at $20 with John Porter. Brent Robley, you're out. Elvis Country, $19.99. Elvis Country, that's on the tan RCA label, $19.99. Sell Tom Dearlove UB40 for $15. You got it, Tom Dearlove, $14. Gamma 2, this is also a white label promo, gold stamp promo. Nothing wrong with this jacket, very nice. Gamma 2, $19.99. Brent's back in on Leon Russell for $21. Robin Trower, that's from the Pennsylvania or the Sandusky, Ohio collection, which means shrink wrap and near mint, pristine. Robin Trower, In City Dreams, $19.99. Also, Paul McCartney, Venus and Mars, $24.99. It feels awfully heavy. That's because it has all the poster and inserts in it. Yep, $24.99, Paul McCartney. Larry Smith, thank you. You get the Johnny Cash for $35. That's sold to you. Let me make sure that Troy Robinson, did you want the Sheena Easton? Troy, let me know if you want Sheena Easton. Brent is out on Leon Russell. John Porter, you have that for $21. Going twice, going 3 times. Going twice, going 3 times. Earlier, we sold this Leon Russell bootleg for $35. We sold this Leon Russell autograph for this bootleg for $35. One bid. I've got another one. It's a little bit different cover. It's the same bootleg. The Master of Time and Space. If anybody wants this, $35 buy it now. It's on a different label, It looks like the exact same bootleg. $35 buy it now. That's Leon Russell, the master of time and space. We sold one just a moment ago. The master of space and time. Same price on that one. Alan, I'm going to go ahead and sell that to you for $7. Final call on Leon Russell for $22. Alan Parsons Project, $24.99 in the original see-through blue bag. The Moody Blues Long Distance Voyager, $19.99 for the Moody Blues Long Distance Voyager. And we have the Moody Blues Octave, another Sandusky or Wisconsin collection. Shrink-wrapped record, mint, $14.99. Nigel DeRocca said 20 on Venus. Sold. Leon Russell is sold to John Porter for $22. There's another unofficial from Leon, if anybody wants it, for a $35 buy it now. That's not a bid. That's a buy it now. Okay, here's another Beatles picture sleeve. This one's really cool. I've held on to this one for a long time. I really like the cover because it's two things I really love, the Beatles and golf, and it's the Beatles playing golf. This is a 1971 French EP. This is a French EP from promoting Help. This is a French EP promoting Help. This is a $25 start. The vinyl is flawless. It's unplayed. And this is a very cool cover. I think they were at, I forgot, I meant to write down where I said that was taken. It's somewhere here in the United States. They was at a golf club. $25 start on that. That's a French EP. Very, very cool. Look at all the people just lined up looking at them. They were like aliens everywhere they went there for about, I guess, 3 years before they stopped going back out in public. Christopher Brusha gets this Leon Russell for $35. That's sold to Christopher Brusha for $35. The Beatles is at $25 and now $26. Okay, that was a great crate. That's worthy of me reading through the titles one more time because there are some excellent records in here that did not sell. I went and emptied 2 bins and I put them into 1 crate, and here's what's left. I'm going to read those one more time. Hope everybody's paying attention. We are on the tail end of the sale. Me and Tanner have a flight to catch in not too long from now. I've got to clean up the store. I've got to call Paul. I've got to get ready for the rest of the week since I'm not going to be here. And I've got to clean up. I have made a mess up here going through all these putbacks and doing requests and going through these bins. So we still got lots of stuff to show you. But if you have a request, or just so you know, we are on kind of the tail end of the sale. The Beatles is at $25, $26, $28. Let me do another one. Let's see if we have any Stones collectors. I'm going to reduce this one. I've got it marked. I've had this one for a while as well. This is a Japanese pressing. This is the Rolling Stones Satisfaction. The Rolling Stones Satisfaction. It's actually a 4-track. I think it's a 4-track too. $35 start. Japanese picture sleeve from the Rolling Stones. How cool. Look at that. They're kids. Did you see them on Jimmy Fallon? They look a little bit older now, or at least 2 of them there. This is pre-Ronnie Wood. I guess just Mick and Keith still around in this pitch and from that picture. This has Satisfaction as Tears Go By, Get Off of My Cloud, and I think one more, 19th Nervous Breakdown. Yeah, great tracks. That is Japanese from 1966, 4-track EP. About EX on the vinyl. That's now up for bid. So Stones and Beatles, great stuff here. Late tonight, up for auction. This was, he was 75 years old in that pic. Yeah, and that was 50, 60 years ago. He's 130 now. The Beatles is at 30 and the Stones is at 35. Let me read you what's left in this bin. Herb Albert Rise. Just stop me at any time if you want to know a price. Herb Albert Rise. Blood, Sweat, and Tears. Child is Father to the Man. 10 Years of Harmony. The Beach Boys. John Lennon Imagine. John Lennon Walls and Bridges. John Lennon Mind Games. Ted Nugent in Shrink Wrap. Weekend Warriors. Holland Press. Near Mint. Traffic. John Barleycorn Must Die. You're a Good Man. Charlie Brown. And The Outlaws Ghost Riders. I'm going to mute my mic for 1 second so I can drink this water I went over there and got. All right, that was refreshing. Okay, so we have Beatles 26, Beatles 28, Stones 35, Beatles 30. Chris is out on Beatles, Stones 36. Stones 36, Beatles 32, Beatles 33. My best price on the John Lennon albums for Imagine and Walls and Bridges would be 28 and 20. 28 on Imagine and 20 on Walls and Bridges. That's my best prices on those tonight. Rush Permanent Waves, that was $39.99. Carole King Tapestry Half-Speed Master. Wow, Half-Speed Master. Paul Simon, still crazy after all these years. Wow, Half-Speed Master. VG Plus, $59.99. Neil Young, Comes a Time. Also, Johnny Russell, Mr. Entertainer. And Mike Oldfield, Tubular Bells, $14.99. Dick Tracy, Jimi Hendrix, that's called Jimmy. Ramatam, Harry Chapin, Greatest Stories Live. And Pink Floyd, Dark Side of the Moon. Denise Harrison wants Charlie Brown. You're a Good Man, Charlie Brown. That's sold to Denise Harrison. We're now on the final call on the Beatles. This looks like it's between Larry Smith and Shakedown. Shakedown has it for 33. Larry Smith just came in at 35. Larry Smith has that for 35. The Stones, Brent Robley, just so you know, you're out. Scott Gardner has that for 36. Scott Gardner has that for 36. Christopher Brusha said 13 on Jimi Hendrix. Sold to Christopher Brusha for $13. Beatles is at 36. Michael Nath, You Just Missed Jimmy. David Bowie, John and Molly Dancing in Golden Years 12-inch single. Brent's back in on the Stones. We have Frank Sinatra, September of My Years. William Bendix, Famous Pirate Stories. Al Stewart, Time Passages. The Chirping Crickets. Commander Cody. The Great Roy Orbison. Also Kool and the Gang. Marshall Crenshaw, Jefferson Starship, and Garland Jeffries. And then, excuse me, I chugged the water too fast. The $1 Million Quartet, Elvis Presley. Stones is now at 40. And where was we at on the Beatles? The Beatles got a new bid recently too. Larry Smith, you're back out. Shakedown has that at 36. Shakedown has that at 36. I was going to see if I can find y'all some buy it nows. Here, I'll do this as a buy it now. I know we have the Beatles buyers on. First, I will tell you the vinyl is in VG or VG minus condition, as most Beatles 45s are. But this is a buy it now for $14.99. It's Rain and the paperback writer picture sleeve. That is a $14.99 buy it now. $14.99 buy it now. That's a first come, first serve if anybody wants that. VG or VG minus on the vinyl. Decent picture sleeve. Okay, Stones 40. Nick Bargeron wants Elvis Best. He's wanting the best price on this. I will say this for 30, or it's $34.99. I'll sell it to you for 28. It's a 1990 pressing. Catalog number on the Stones. I think it's actually just LS62. Yeah, it's just LS62. It's London LS62. The matrix on the label is SDCT 67. Alrighty. We have Best on Starships. If you want both of these, I'll sell you both of them $10 off. That's $20 for both of them. Larry Underhill, $20 for both of them. Nigel Del Rocket says he'll take this at sticker, $14.99. That's at 45. Romelu offered 25 for the quartet. Nick passed at 28. Nick, I'm going to sell this to Romelu for 25 unless you say otherwise. That's sold to Romelu for 25. Nigel Del Rocket was second on Rain. We're going to sell these to Larry Underhill for $10 and $10. And let's get our auctions updated. The Rolling Stones, final call. Scott Gardner has this at $40. I think Brent's doing a little bit of research. That's at $40 to Scott Gardner. Brent's back in at 43. And this is the Beatles, the French EP. And the last bid I seen on this was Shakedown at 36. Larry Underhill, let me know if you're in or out. Shakedown has that for 36. That's a final call. Nick Bargeron said enjoy. So sell that to Romelu for 25. Brent's back in on Stones. And Mike Kennedy, you were second on Rain. We also have Moody Blues, Other Side of Life. Elvis Country, Gamma 2. Robin Trower, In City Dreams. Alan Parsons Project, Moody Blues, and Moody Blues. Larry's back in on the Beatles at 38. Scott Gardner's back in on the Stones at 45. Back in on the Stones at 45. Okay. I've got a couple pretty tough to get Elvis ones too. First, let me show you a really cool one here. What I'll do is I'll show this buy it now best offer. I'll show this buy it now best offer. This is Elvis, a white label promo copy of Hound Dog from 1964. And the B-side is Don't Be Cruel. As you can tell, it was probably at a radio station. They were playing some Hound Dog and Don't Be Cruel. $74.99. It's not an easy record to get. The vinyl is very, 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 very nice. Hound Dog and Don't Be Cruel. So I'm going to show these as buy it now best offers. There's Hound Dog and Don't Be Cruel, $74.99. Buy it now best offer. Shakedown's out on the Beatles, so Larry Smith has that for $38. Final call. And Scott and Brent still bidding on the Stones. Brent's at $47. Scott, you're back out. Okay, let me go through. Actually, let me clear up some space. So, still, the only auction that did not sell tonight was 38 special. I was looking for a $35 starting bid and then a buy it now. So if anybody wants 38 special, that's the only auction tonight that has not sold. $35 buy it now. I'm going to go put this back on the rack unless somebody wants it. This is Rush, the first American broadcast, Agora Ballroom, Cleveland, Ohio, August 26, 1974, $44.99. That is on colored vinyl. That's a new and sealed unofficial from Rush, $44.99. I'm going to go put that over here with the other Rush albums. I've got Pearl Jam in stock. I have Pearl Jam Yield, Pearl Jam Live, live on 2 legs, Lightning Bolt. I have Pearl Jam No Code, Pearl Jam Self-Titled, also known as the Avocado album, Binaural, Riot Act, Self-Titled, or no, 10, Pearl Jam 10, their first album, Versus, Vitology, Greatest Hits, Volumes 1 and 2. I also have lots of Kiss in stock, Nirvana's, Judas Priest albums, and I'm walking back over here to the camera to see where we're at on these auctions. I think it's time to sell the Beatles. We have Stones 49, Brent Robley's out. The John Lennons are still available. No, the John Lennons are still available, Burt Jordan. We have John Lennon Walls and Bridges, John Lennon Imagine, and John Lennon Mind Games. All 3 of those are still available. Rush, $30. Sell this to John Porter. Wait a minute. Which one was you making an offer on? Was you making an offer on the bootleg that's sealed, or was you making an offer on the Rush Permanent Waves that's in this bin? Just to clarify. I'll sell you this for $30. The bootleg is $44.99. I don't have any Scorpions or Saxon. Okay. No, not on the boot. No. The Beatles is sold to, where was we at on this? Shakedown had it for $36. I think Larry said out. No, Larry bid and then Shakedown said out. Larry Smith got this for $38. Nobody got this. Does anybody want to make an offer on 38 special? I would love to sell it. And now the Stones is sold to Scott Gardner for $49. Okay, so 38 to Larry, $49 to Scott Gardner. Nirvana Unplugged in purple. Do not have that. I think that's a bootleg, isn't it? John Porter said $40. I discount new vinyl once it's been here a long time. I am not ready to discount that. It will eventually very much so sell. Now, if it's been here a year, which is a long time for now, because I've only had it 3 months, then I'll discount it. I don't have STP Tiny Music. Any other request on new vinyl? You can throw out artists, and I'll show you what I have. Any other request on new vinyl? That's new vinyl. Vintage stuff, I may can find it, but I really don't know, or original stuff. But most of it's tough to get. I got let's see. I have A to Z, alphabetical order, new vinyl, everything from the Allman Brothers to ZZ Top, and all kinds of genres in between. We have the Dixie Chicks, and I have Slipknot. So we have a wide variety. Harem Scarum. I do have 35 on Elvis single. Regina, I can't do that, but I will show you some other Elvis singles. I can't do that. I do have Harem Scarum in stock, I believe. Let's see. Marshall Crenshaw, H. I should have Harem Scarum over here in this bin of stuff that I've been through before. Ace Frehley, Harem Scarum. That's Warrant Cherry Pie. Where's the music on vinyl pressing of Harem Scarum? I thought I pulled those out. Let me see if I can find that. Flock of Seagulls, Pink Floyd, Stevie Ray Vaughan, Dwight Yoakam, ZZ Top, Tears for Fears, Aerosmith, Cherry Pie, Soundgarden, Led Zeppelin, Stevie Ray Vaughan, Black Sabbath, Ace Frehley, Metallica. Clapton, George Strait, Reba, Fugazi, Tool, Stevie Ray Vaughan, Steve Earle, Ministry, Crosby, Stills and Nash, Rammstein, Willie Nelson. I'm looking for that other bin of stuff. Here it is. This should have Harum Scarum in it. Also have Crash Test, Dummies, Volbeat, Jeff Buckley, Dio, Europe, Robert Plant, Ministry, Janis Joplin's, Joan Jett, Harum Scarum. I have found it. Also Guns N' Roses, Use Your Illusion, Volume 2. All right, so we have also, what was the Alan Parsons? The Alan Parsons was called Stereo Tommy, $24.99. That's in that original blue and red bag. Bert Jordan, let me know if you're interested in those John Lennon's. Grant Peltzer, Harum Scarum is $38.99. A limited edition of 666 on crystal clear vinyl. Let's see. I don't have any Weekend right now. No, I do not. Do you have a country crate? I can read you the artist. Yes. I can't really bring it over here, but I can read you the artist. Price on John Lennon. I told him $28 on Imagine, $20 on Walls and Bridges, and if you buy both of those, I'll give you Mind Games for $15. Here's the Hound Dog label. This is a 1964 pressing. This is a 1964 white label promo. $74.99. Hound Dog, and the B-sides Don't Be Cruel. The vinyl's very, very nice, and that is $74.99. Billy Gibbons solo. I have no Billy Gibbons solo. Do you have any more of the Yes Tribute album? I may have one, actually. I can show you all the new vinyl from tonight. I can show you all the new vinyl because there's still a few titles left. I haven't got down to the bottom of the feed yet either, so let me do that. Let's see here. Here's tonight's new vinyl. Next comment was yes. Yes, do we have a Yes tribute left? I do not have a Yes tribute. Let me know if you want on a waiting list, Scott Snee. Does Elvis Country have the photo? Elvis Country did not have the photo. Flock of Seagulls. Kelly Gabney, that is Flock of Seagulls. That is their self-titled album, which has I Ran on it. And it's on orange vinyl. It's $36.99. Flock of Seagulls is on orange vinyl for $36.99. $36.99. SRV. Robert Plant, Osaka, Japan, live, $44.99. SRV, Stevie Ray Vaughan, In Step, $39.99. And Stevie Ray Vaughan with Albert King, The Session, $34.99. Guns N' Roses are $49.99 each. Use Your Illusion 1. Use Your Illusion 2. Do you have any vintage Buffett? Not that I can go to. And I do have Jimmy Buffett's very first album in the Pittsburgh collection. I'm going to auction it next week. Skynyrd, we have the first Skynyrd album, Gimme Back My Bullets, Second Helping, Collected, and Street Survivors. And Gods and Guns. I've got 6 different Leonard Skynyrds in stock. Burt passes on John Lennon's. Grant passes on this. Scott Snee wants on the Yes Tribute album. Kelly Gabney said sold on Flock of Seagulls. We don't have anything by Exodus in stock, shockingly. Well, that was tough to say. Here's the other picture sleeves that I didn't get to tonight. Elvis, Viva Las Vegas. This is a white label promo, $74.99. Viva Las Vegas. What I'd say is the B-side. White label promo. $74.99 on Elvis. We also have Hound Dog. This is Jerry Lee Lewis, $99.99 from 1958. VG Plus condition. Jerry Lee Lewis on Sun. It's a 4-track EP, cardboard picture sleeve, 1958. VG Plus, $99.99. This is an unofficial. It's called The Beatles Top of the Pops. That's $99.99. $99.99. The Beatles Top of the Pops, $99.99. The Beatles, 63 Scranton press with the Hofner publishing credits on side B. I saw her standing there and I want to hold your hand. $49.99. This is a Scranton press with the Hofner publishing credits. There's some writing. Somebody wrote their name. Somebody wrote the date. Tough picture sleeve. Very desirable. $49.99. This is a 68 promo. Guitar Man and high heel sneakers. Elvis, $74.99. Also a promo copy. Also, look, that's a yellow promo. Very cool. That's Guitar Man and high heel sneakers. and I've marked that one down. We had it marked $99.99. I marked it down $74.99. Yellow Label promo, Guitar Man. And Stephen A. Young says he'll take this Beatles. That's sold to Stephen A. Young. I don't have any NWA either, Sean. That's two great artists, though. I need to write down an order. Maybe Tanner will do that for me. Exodus and NWA, because we don't have either in stock. Gods and Guns is $38.99. $38.99. And we've got Elvis, Beatles, Jerry Lee Lewis, Elvis, and the Beatles. Or Elvis. I've got 3 Elvis, a Jerry Lee Lewis, and a Beatles. If I could sell this on eBay, some have sold on PopPsych as much as like $200 a few years ago. It's a very cool vintage bootleg from the Beatles. Tops of the Pops. It's like a fantasy cover. Basically, this is like what if they had released an EP around the time that the Butcher cover Yesterday and Today would have came out. It would have looked like this. It's like a fantasy piece almost. And of course, could you imagine if an EP came out too and they recalled that? It would have been a $1,000 record as well. That's just a fantasy piece. Very cool though. $99.99. It's, I think, pressed in the 70s. Pressed in the 70s. That album's been collectible for a long time. All right, if nothing else, like I said, tomorrow Paul will be hosting the show. We'll have all new arrivals. I've printed out all the invoices of stuff that has come out. Actually, I'm not done yet. Let me show you some of the new records. I set this up here. Megadeth, $36.99. We had a restock of Megadeth come in. Linkin Park, Meteora, $31.99. The Air soundtrack, A Story of Greatness, $33.99. Music from the hit movie featuring 80s classics, Rock the Casbah, Born in the USA. We have Air. Primus is $39.99. Fleetwood Mac Rumors is $31.99. Pink Floyd The Wall is $49.99. And Fleetwood Mac Mirage, $31.99. 45 bundle. I will give you a price. Clapton signatures will be up in probably 3 weeks. We got to send them to JSA or PSA. They got to come back. They got to get authenticated, and then they got to come back to us, and then we got to promote them. So, Eric, it could be a while. It could be a while. Imagine did not have the poster. Brent, I will sell these for $75. $75. That's $150. $50 is $200. $50 is $250. And $50 is $300. That's a major markdown. That's $300, I think I just added up. And that's $25, $50, $75, $125 off. But I've had these for a while. And that is $75 and $75. That's $150. And $50 is $200. And $50 is $250. And $50 is $300. Don't be Hound Dog, White Label Promo. White Label Promo, Yellow Label, 1958 Jerry Lee Lewis, and of course the Beatles boot. But yeah, the Clapton signatures are about a month out. We have so many more. There's some I haven't told y'all about because I want it to kind of be like, wow. So I'm not revealing everything. Regina said, how much is both picture sleeves? We'll see if we get a deal done with Brent. He said, well, $250 get it. What did I say? $300? $275. That's the old meet in the middle. And we both can go to bed very happy. Well, you're probably going to go to bed. I'm going to be up for the next 12 hours. Hopefully when we get to Florida, we'll have a room. Will we have a room when we get to Florida, Tanner, or we have to wait a while? Don't know. We'll have a room. Have to wait? Great. That's okay. Tanner says I can nap in the car. I'm usually used to staying up for a long amount of time. So I've trained my body to do little sleep. Let's see here. Can't believe we didn't sell out of Megadeth. I think I got like 30 more copies on the way. So we're going to have more of those around for a while. I figured like I'd show that and we get wiped out and have a waiting list. Also Linkin Park and Air and Primus and Fleetwood Mac and Pink Floyd and Mirage. I see the middle as $262.50. 300 and I was at 300 and you was at 250. Make it 277 for Brent. 262.50. Okay, I'm going to say sold so I don't have to make my head hurt any more than already is. My other half of my public sub is calling my name over here too. So I'm ready to eat my other half of my public sub. Those are sold to Brent Robley. The other SRV, I have an SRV autograph here in the store. Well, that's also something else we have to have authenticated. So we have to have that authenticated as well. I think I'm going to get that slabbed. It's a photo. It's a press photo signed by him. I think I'm going to get it in a slab by PSA, so it's UV protected and all that. It's very, very cool. So, no, I cheated on Jersey Mike's today. I went to Publix and got a sub. Their subs are incredible. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Incredible subs at Publix. Fresh, just like Jersey Mike's. Okay, Paul, he's watching right now. Paul will be here tomorrow. He will be here tomorrow hosting. Everybody be nice. Make sure you buy more than normal since Paul's here. Make sure you really show up and show out for Paul. Just start buying everything. He will make you some deals. He's going to be having new arrivals. He's going to be having new vinyl. He's going to be running auctions. And I'll be watching in Florida very quietly, making sure deals are being done. So I think we're done. So other than that, thank y'all and good night. And I'll be back on Monday. I'm flying in Sunday night, so I'll be back for Monday's sale, and I'll be here ready to go next week. Huge week next week. Oh my gosh, just buckle up.